Hello everyone, welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name is Kiwi. We are live for a huge championship playoff semi-final, second leg at St Mary's. This one's got an awful lot riding on it, more than just championship promotion and all that sort of stuff. There's spygate. I want to talk to you all about spygate and what's going on with that. There is so much stuff going on around Southampton and Middlesbrough at the minute in terms of Southampton sending spies to watch Middlesbrough before the game at the Riverside last week. And Southampton are in a little bit of hot water over it. Apparently there's rumours today that they're going to get a footballing sanction, that it might well be points, that it might well be expulsion. There's all sorts of big punishments being bandied around. And honestly, I don't really know how to feel about it. I've got to say, I really don't know how I feel about it. Apparently the ruling is... So Bielsa, when he rocked up to the Football League 7 years ago, whenever it was with Leeds, he basically rocked up and got caught spying on other teams. And he was like, yeah, of course I've been spying on other teams. Of course I've been sending scouts and analysts and, performance assessors. And of course I've been sending them to the training ground. Yeah, of course I have. I've been doing it for every single opposition team this season, right? And the EFL were like, whoa, Leeds got a big £200,000 fine, and they then codified that into the rules and said, you cannot go and watch a rival team's training session 72 hours before a game. Which is a bit of a weird rule, isn't it? That's a very weird rule. That's kind of like, well, you can go and spy on them, but you can only spy on them in this finite window. Either spying's okay or it's not okay. I don't really get it. For me, I don't know why that's such a big deal. If you can't stop them spying on you, then you can't really realistically punish them. Southampton's argument is that, yes, this is one of our performance analysts. Yes, he did go and watch Middlesbrough's training session 48 hours before the game at the Riverside. However, we didn't tell him to do it. He wasn't under instructions. He's just gone there of his own free will, his own accord, and he's gone to have a look at how Middlesbrough set up. Now, whether we believe that or not is irrelevant, I guess, but that's their plausible deniability, isn't it? That's their argument. Their argument is, we didn't tell him to go. He's gone of his own accord. Rasta, how's it going? Shell, lovely to see you. Northville, Jellyfish. How we doing? Lovely to see you all in the chat. Lancashire Evertonian. Reese, good to see you. Reese says 4-2 to the Saints tonight. 3-star, lovely to see you as well. Sarah. Jay Cartman. Number one, security. Evening, lovely people. Evening to you, my friend. How are you? Let's get looking at the lineups for this one. Because there's some absolutely belting players on show tonight who... I think if the other team doesn't go up, there might be some Premier League teams looking to pick a few. I mean, Hayden Hackney with Middlesbrough is a star that's been touted for a while. But there's quite a few. There's quite a few in the lineups. Let's go through them. Obviously, Millwall crashing out against Hull last night was a big surprise. But for tonight, we have got... The lineups are just on my left. My left, your right. Yeah. My left, your right. Still getting the hang of that. Perrett in goal for Southampton. Bree, Harwood, Bellis, Wood, Manning, Jander and Charles. Shea Charles is one who's being linked to a few moves to the Premier League. Everton looking at Shea Charles, apparently. Harwood, Bellis, another one many quite like in the Premier League. Matsuki, Cienza, Finn Azaz, of course, who... former Middlesbrough, of course, has done very well since leaving Middlesbrough for Southampton. Finn Azaz playing just behind Ross Stewart. For Middlesbrough, it's Bryn in goal, Malander, Fry, Ayling, Target and Britton in a back five, I guess. Target and Britton will get forward quite a bit. McGree and Morris sitting, and then that front three get a lot of freedom, don't they? Tommy Conway, Strelec and Whittaker. That front three is where the danger is going to be at tonight for Southampton. What are we saying? City of Northfield, they could also just have a man on the street up, watch it, hire them as a consultant or pay under the table and get the same info. This is it. It's so, you can't really police it. You cannot police it. Swash Gang says, as an Arsenal fan, I don't want Southampton to win. They did us dirty. And Lancashire Evertonian, have you seen the petition slot out things? Your fans are embarrassing. I would agree. Yeah, any Liverpool fan who's signed that petition or has been a part of it, yeah, is absolute embarrassment. Lancashire Evertonian, key is tomorrow that big for City? Because I think Arsenal sealed the deal Sunday afternoon. Well, listen, if there's one thing we can say, I don't want to spend too long talking about City and Arsenal and all that, because I'm sure we'll talk about it more tomorrow. But if there's one thing we can say about Arsenal is they've not got a great track record when the pressure's on, have they? They've been known to wilt. They've been known to just, you know. So it wouldn't surprise me, let's be honest, if Arsenal were to drop points against Burnley or against Palace. That might just open the door again for City. Won't be surprised. City of Northfield, Liverpool confirmed they aren't even talking to managers, and Chelsea are talking to Xabi Alonso, so it looks like Slot really is safe now. Good. That's what we want to hear. That is what we want. Pete says we can't get a check on that, please, sir. No VAR, thank God. Yeah, none tonight. No VAR tonight. There's Tonda Eckert on the touchline. Very, very talented young manager, Tonda Eckert. Rasta, here we go. The Arsenal banter started early. Bring it on. Hey, come on, Rasta. Even you, as an Arsenal fan, you know you're a little bit nervy, just a little teeny bit. City of Northfield says, why not? He wanted Liverpool, but that job isn't open. Chelsea is next best thing since United is keeping Carrick, unfortunately. Unfortunately, United fans not so keen on keeping Michael Carrick. Shell, have you had a good day, Key? I have had a very good day, thank you. Yes, had a very, very good day. Lovely day. I hope you've had an even better day. Right, there you go. Tonda Eckert and Kim Hellberg. Little shake of the hands, but maybe a little bit of feistiness in there and a little bit of... I feel like Chris Eubank. Have you seen that Chris Eubank meme? Let me add a little bit of spice to that. Yeah, a little bit of spice in this one. DN says, Conway, first goal, second Charles, 1-1, then Castledine off the bench. Mad Dog Josh, Arsenal defender Ben White set to miss the rest of the season with a knee injury. I'm sure they'll be devastated. Lancashire Evertonian, I think Southampton are very much favourites here, so I'd expect a final with Southampton and Hull, but I'm going with an upset. 1-2 Middlesbrough. I'm rooting for the Saints, I've got to say. Rufus, do you reckon Liverpool will be back in the title race next season? No. No. Got a lot more work to do. Liam, high key, going for the Southampton 2-1 win. Hull v Southampton final. Hull win the playoffs and get promoted. I'd quite like to see Hull in the Prem again. B Snow, what's up, Key? And chat, about to mow on a beautiful sunny day here in the States. Yeah, look at that. Check the... yeah, make sure you get the edges done. Get right in there. I don't know how big your lawn is, but enjoy mowing the yard while you're listening to my dulcet tones across the pond here, mate. The beauty of technology, eh? Number one security says, here we go. Who do you think Hull would prefer to play? I think Hull would probably prefer to play Southampton. Yeah, I think Southampton. I personally think Middlesbrough are a better side than Southampton. In my humble opinion, I think Tonda Eckert is a better manager, but I think Middlesbrough are a better team than Southampton. We'll see. We shall see. Middlesbrough were the better side in the first leg, weren't they? Really, Southampton should be down in this one. But they rode their luck. Tommy Conway missed a couple of big chances. Now, Ben White isn't going to the World Cup. It opens it up for Trent even more. I don't think Trent's going to be anywhere near that World Cup squad, sadly. Yo, Dylan, how's it going? Aussie, Spurs keep throwing West Ham a bone. Do you think West Ham will capitalise on it? They might do, you know. I think West Ham might get a result on Saturday night. Oh, it's Sunday, isn't it? Sorry. Sunday night. We're live Sunday for Newcastle. West Ham Newcastle's on Sunday, isn't it? So we're going to do that one. But I do think West Ham can go to St James's Park and get something. And I expect Spurs might drop points at Stamford Bridge. It might be that they draw at Chelsea, West Ham win. All of a sudden then, they're level on points going into the final game. I know West Ham would be behind on goal difference, but I think that's where it's going to go, you know. I think West Ham might win at St James's Park and Chelsea get a point off Spurs. And then it's all down to that final day. Can West Ham beat Leeds at home, and can Spurs beat Everton at home? West Ham have got the easier fixture, haven't they? West Ham could win both those games and Spurs don't do well at Chelsea. True enough. Trent has had a murder at Madrid this season. They're such a depleted side. Need to leg at least 6 players. It's the mentality at Madrid though, isn't it? Apparently those players falling asleep in like management meetings and things like that under Alonso and under Arbeloa. That just doesn't strike me as a team that's very together. Liam says, Key, I suppose you're doing United v Forest at 12:30 on Sunday. I am indeed, yes. Oh, Borough, what are you doing? Claim for the penalty. Big claim for the penalty. Just about cleared away. Borough, early chance here. Sweet Lord. Daddy also says, if Everton end up drawing with City and relegating Spurs, I'll have to buy the Everton home and away kit. Moyes can have a statue as well. What's your plan for the setup on the final day with all 10 games? Probably, I don't know. I can't really not watch Liverpool. But I'll probably have to have 2 tellies or something. Might have to be Johnny 2 tellies on the final day. I don't even know, says, are we all Middlesbrough tonight? No! Southampton! I'm a Saints fan tonight. Or to be honest, I don't mind as long as Borough don't come up. I just want either Southampton or Hull in the Premier League, just not Borough. That was a penalty. That was a penalty. Oh, Borough have been very, very unlucky there. Oh, he's kicked through him. That's a pen. That is a nailed-on penalty. If VAR was to get involved, I know they've not got it, but if VAR was to get involved there, oh my goodness me, that is an absolute nailed-on penalty to Borough. They have been robbed. They have been absolutely robbed there. Matsuki. Oh, lucky boy there. Matsuki just kicking through Strelec. And in the end, Southampton get away with it, but that was a pen. Definitely a pen. Ball out to the right-hand side. Borough now applying all the early pressure. Lancashire Evertonian, what's your beef with Borough? Just one guy. Strike! Oh, what a goal! What a goal! Tommy Conway, is it? Is it Tommy Conway? No, it's McGree, sorry. I thought it was Conway, but it's a fabulous finish. Absolutely sensational. Borough, bottom corner. And it's a slow start from Southampton. 4.5 minutes in. We've got limbs in the away end. Southampton have not started well at all. They probably should have conceded a penalty a couple of minutes ago. So it is probably justice, this. It's probably fair. Because Southampton, very, very lucky not to have conceded a pen. Borough have just put the ball straight in the bottom corner. Worked it well out to the right-hand side. Oh, it's terrible marking though, isn't it? Who's picking him up? You can see there's 2 Southampton players just turn around, look at each other and go, was that your fella? Was that your man there? He's just got bags of space at the edge of the box and he just passes it in the bottom corner. That's too easy, that. No chance for Peretz in goal. Straight through the legs of Shea Charles and in the bottom corner. Dead easy. 1-0. 1-0 to Borough. Fast start. Only Fools and Horses, Grandad 3 tellies. Joel says, who do you want to win, Southampton or Borough? Ideally, I want Southampton to go into the final. They're still coming forward here. Borough could kill this off early. Tommy Conway, ball into the box. All the way back. Oh, unlucky. Goes out for the goal kick. My prediction was 4-3 Borough. I just love semi-finals of playoffs. You always get great games in the playoffs. I mean, the first legs were pretty dire, but you generally get really, really good games. And the Wembley playoffs, like the finals, have always been really good. I remember Rochdale and Southend. Oh, sorry, Oldham and Southend it was last year, wasn't it? Not Rochdale. Oldham and Southend last year was incredible. Sunderland and Sheffield United was brilliant as well. Joel says, why do you want Southampton to win this? Cheating boogers. They're not cheating. They're not cheating. Honestly, they're not cheating. It's not cheating to have someone go and watch a training session. And the EFL rules literally say that. It's fine to do it 72 hours before a game. Apparently you can do it 72 hours before a game, no problem. But if you do it 48 hours before a game, it's a problem. That's cheating, apparently. I'm sorry, that's not. I think it's... Southampton will get a punishment. They've not held their hands up. They have basically denied it and said, the guy works for us, but we didn't send him. So, we're not really... We'll claim some degree of liability, but not really liability. It's not naughty for spying. No, it's not naughty for spying because the EFL rules say you're allowed to do it. If the rules of the game say that it's allowed to do it, then, like, for me, I would say it is maybe unethical to have, to go and spy, to go and watch training. However, if the rules of the game explicitly allow it, it's, it's a bit of a shade of grey. Johnny says, if Borough beat Southampton tonight, we're guaranteed to have 2 new goal animations on the Premier League main scoreboard. Scorebug, rather. Madow says, evening Key, what happened to the Saints club setup? They were great when you were buying up their players. Jelly says, hide in the bushes with binoculars. Well, that's funnily enough, that is what Bielsa did for Leeds. Bielsa sent his chief scout or his chief performance analyst or whatever it was, and he got caught sat in a tree watching rival clubs train. And when they confronted Leeds, Bielsa was like, yeah, I've been spying on every team in the division. I've done it for every single member of the opposition all season. And they got a £200,000 fine for that. That wasn't that long ago. So, the idea that Southampton are going to get this, like, points deduction or, multi-million pounds fine. There's been talk of expulsion. Nonsense. You can't give them, you can't fine them points for that. Never. Like I said, I think there's a grey area there if the EFL explicitly allows spying. And I think the reason they allow spying is because they know they can't really stop it. If some guy just goes and watches training and he later has some sort of loose link to the club, you can't prove it. It's all brown envelopes again, isn't it? We're still getting into the brown envelopes territory. Lancashire Evertonian says, Key, but wouldn't you rather 50-50 chance of a newer side come back up than Saints v Hull with only a 50% chance a newer side enters the league? Because Southampton is the biggest yo-yo club. Middlesbrough haven't been in the Prem, haven't been out the Prem that long. Nah. Hull, Southampton, I don't want Borough in the Prem. Johnny says, do you like the Liverpool goal animation? I honestly don't even know what it looks like, mate. Off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you. But, unlucky. Long ball, cleared away by Brint. Madhouse says, put higher fences up then. It's ridiculous. They've got to do something, haven't they? They've got to do something. Yeah. Key, who'd be the better manager for Chelsea, Iriola or Alonso? Possibly, yeah, I don't know. They're both about as. And I don't really love Iriola or Alonso, to be honest. They're both very, very decent managers and have got good results from their lot, I guess. Oh, you've got to score that! Huge chance in the middle. Oh, Ross Stewart. Got to score it. Got to score it. Great ball in, and he's there, back stick. He has to score. Great ball from the left-hand side there from Manning. Ah, he's got to put it away. Big chance. Very, very big chance. I don't even know, says, I hate when the Prem is just straight up, straight down. The relegation battle has been better than the title race just because it only has 1 out of 3 promoted sides. The thing is, do you know what? That's not that common, though. Like, the 3 promoted sides going up and then going straight back down is really not that common. Like, I think it happened, not obviously this season, it happened last year and the year before, and people started going, oh my God, it's happened every year. But before that, it hadn't happened since about 1998 or something like that. I think it happened 3 times in 26, 7 years. You would never say that was common. Hey, Danny, how's it going? Johnny, was it a foul? What for? The penalty? The penalty for Southampton? Yes, I think it was. Middlesbrough definitely should have had a pen. Strelec, Strelec got took out. Definitely a foul. Definitely a foul. Definitely a penalty. 1,000,000%. Pete, I remember that now. I've got visions of Bielsa sat in a bush on his bucket with binoculars. Football edits. Come on, Borough. Good to see you, mate. Ball down the right-hand side. Southampton. Ball in. Borough just about get it away. Southampton come again. Hit it, lad. Hit it. Oh. Too easy, that. Far too easy. Liverpool, Newcastle and Everton linked with Bowen. Oh, I'd love Jared Bowen. Oh, what a run this is. Southampton, far post. Oh, just took it off the toe of his mate there. I think it was Bree coming in back stick. Matsuki, who should have conceded a penalty in this game, just kind of getting his head on it, but just behind him, I think Bree was coming in. Daddy-o, typical teams must be able to learn more from watching how teams play every week rather than training. I mean, if you think about it, the only benefit you'd get from watching training is maybe understanding who the lineups are ahead of schedule. Maybe you'd get to know that. You might get to know sort of approaches on set pieces and things like that. So there is certainly things you can garner from it. But again, it's knowing what they're going to do and being able to stop it, isn't it? Like, it's everyone has known all season what Arsenal are going to do from corners, haven't they? You don't need to go and watch Arsenal in training to know what they're going to do on corners. You still can't stop it. That's why they've broke the record for goals from corners. So it doesn't matter. You could go and spy on Arsenal in training. It wouldn't get you any further. That's kind of my argument with this. It's a bit pathetic, really. It's a bit silly. You know, I think if Middlesbrough were to go out and they were to blame it on, oh, well, they spied on us, that'd be a bit of a cop-out. I don't even know, says, what has Borough done to you, mate? Borough haven't done anything. I quite like Middlesbrough as a football club. I just, do you know when you've just got that one person who you meet in your life and they're a bit of a dick? Like, I've said this many times, for me, there's probably, I can count on the one hand the amount of people in my entire life who I've not got on with. I get on with everyone. But this guy was an absolute bellwith, and he was a massive Borough fan. And and for that reason, even though I have nothing against Borough the club, I quite like Borough the club and even Borough the place. I've been before. It's just you just got that sort of thing where you're like, oh no, if they lose, I get a little bit of a, oh that's nice. At least he's not going to be happy this weekend because he was a massive Borough fan. So it's only that. It's so petty, and pathetic. But afford me that. It's one of them stupid reasons you can't really explain why you don't really like him. A little bit like when you're choosing baby names. I was saying that last night. When you're choosing baby names and someone says, ooh, what do you think? What do you think about this name for your, little girl or your little boy or whatever? And you're like, oh no, can't have that name. Why? I used to know someone back at school, or I used to work with someone and they were a knob. So it's that sort of thing. Mercury, hey Key, hey chat. 26 degrees in northern Alabama and a perfect day to deliver the post while listening in. I didn't know you were a postie, mate. Posty, love that. Oh, Middlesbrough, Southampton, go on, lad. Oh, lucky. Borough giving it away, messing around at the back, a little bit like United that against Liverpool the other day. Joel says, who do you prefer, Portsmouth or Southampton? Portsmouth, I think. I'd probably prefer Portsmouth to Southampton. SS says, maybe Arsenal play like men while others play like schoolboys. Maybe that's what it is. Daddy-O says, if you're setting up to stop them and you probably are the shitter team, if you're the better team and confident, you wouldn't care too much. I just don't know what possible knowledge they could have gained from watching one training session. I think the whole Spygate thing has been blown out of entire proportion. Andy says, I liked Pompey under Harry. I didn't mind Portsmouth. Lucas, come on, you Saints. As a Chelsea fan, I love them for knocking Arsenal out the cup, even if it meant we had to play City now. How do you feel you'll do against City this weekend? We're doing the FA Cup final, 3 o'clock on Saturday. How do you think you'll get on? Oh, great defending that from Borough. Southampton down to the right-hand side. Back with Shea Charles. Southampton driving to the edge of the box. Got to get a ball in here. Bree. Back to Charles. Jellyfish says there's just under 20 minutes gone, but it feels longer. Do you think? I don't think so. I think it's gone quite quickly. Been a couple of big chances already. Janino, Ravanelli, Robson as manager. Some great players for Borough. Do you remember there was Hamilton Ricard, Christian Carimba, of course, who played for France at the World Cup. Yeah, lots of great players for Borough. And obviously the Borough side that went to the UEFA Cup final. I mean, they got battered by Sevilla there, but they did very well to get there. Lucas says, I think we'll step up at the weekend. At the end of the day, City are on for the domestic treble and may have the referee on their side. No accusations. Gamer Guru says, Chelsea need an FA Cup. It'll be the last silverware they get in a long time. Don't know, if they win the FA Cup, they're in the Europa League at least. Hasselbank Downing. Yeah, Hasselbank and Downing, very good. Yeah. Massimo Macaroni. Great ball. Here's Cienza. Switched over to the far side. Too easy that. Far too easy. And back to the goalkeeper. Good defending from Borough. Shahid says Branco of Brazil was at Borough. Yes. It was Branco, wasn't it? Was it Branca? remember him scoring. I think he scored against Liverpool, Branca. There was Mikkel Beck as well. Yeah, Marco Branca. That was the one. Ow. Yeah, he was Italian, Marco Branca. Played for Inter. I don't even know, says they were always doomed whether they got Southampton, City, Liverpool or Arsenal. Who? Chelsea. Ball over to the left-hand side. Manning. Good ball in. Southampton in the area. Claim for a penalty. Referee. No. Referee's not happy with it. Footy plug. What games are we watching? I am watching Southampton v Middlesbrough, mate. That's what we're watching right now. Liam says, what's the aggregate score, Key? Southampton 0, Borough 1. It's the same score as the tonight. It was 0-0 first leg. Chelsea rolling up to the Europa with £1 billion side against all those scrubs. Didn't help United though, did it? Unai Emery, Europa League master. That's about a week away, isn't it? It's a week tomorrow, that. The Europa League final. Freiburg against Aston Villa. We're going to be live for that one. Lancashire Evertonian says City will rotate for Palace tomorrow. Expect the likes of Kovacic and Stones to be played. I don't think so. That suggests that City have given up on the title. I don't think they have. I think City are very, very much focused on the league title still. Mercury says Paul Merson and Ray Parlour both played for Borough after Arsenal. They did, yes. Yeah. Clips Market, we were rocking up with Nacho and Rasmus Onana. No, that's not true. I'm talking about when you got beat in the final by Alberto Moreno and Villarreal. Get out, Manchester United! Get out! Game of Guru says, I think Emery has proven Europa level teams are his limits. No, I think if he'd have been given the budget and the time that Mikel Arteta has got, I think Arsenal would have won more. That Lancashire Evertonian says they're at the Etihad and they can easily turn over Palace, who are playing for nothing. Well, Everton couldn't the other day. They're no mugs, Palace. Daddy-O says the only teams with Villa in the name, is he good? Sorry. Only teams with Villa in the name, is he good in the Europa? Sevilla, Villarreal, Aston Villa. Did Mark Schwarzer play for Borough? He did, yes. Spent most of his career at Borough. Right, Borough have got a free kick here deep in the... It's just on the halfway line, basically, isn't it? A clockwork cherry. Emery has won 4 Europa finals. Sevilla, Villarreal, and now in a final with Aston Villa. Yeah, he beat us in a final as well, didn't he? He beat Liverpool in a final. Truth over lies says, I was annoyed that Hull beat Millwall last night, but I'm happy Borough are winning this one. I think Borough would prefer Hull, to be honest. Do you mean Hull would prefer Borough? See, I think the opposite. I think Hull would prefer Southampton. I think Borough are the better side out of these two. Personally, they were the better side in the first leg. But I do think Tonda Eckert is the better manager. I think Tonda Eckert has got a big future in the game. Gabe says, Southampton are a much better side than us, mate. Come on. Nah, I disagree. I think Borough are a better side. Ben says that Borough team in 97 got to 2 cup finals and got relegated because they got a points deduction. Borough are in here and then in the area. Big chance, strike. And it's gone behind. It's going to be a corner. Tommy Conway, another one who I think, if they don't make it to the Premier League, Tommy Conway is another one that I think some sides might have a look at. Very talented player, Tommy Conway. Hamilton says Saints song is so annoying and boring. Which one? Which one are we talking about? I haven't got the audio on, so I can't hear what they're singing. Daddy-O says the thing with Emery is he failed to win the league with PSG in 1 year. That's a red flag to me. I think I could win Ligue 1 with PSG. Here's Borough. Again, Whittaker. Great tackle from Saints, and Cienza comes away with it. Truth over lies. Start of the season, I predicted Ipswich, West Brom, and Borough to go up. Pretty decent prediction, apart from West Brom. I predicted West Brom as well. Yeah, I got West Brom bang wrong as well. I thought after what they did last year with Tony Mowbray, they'd be up there. I thought they would be my kind of shouts for the playoffs. Strike! Oh, again, fabulous strike that from who is it? Who's it? Callum Britton, is it? It's Britton with the strike, straight down the throat of the keeper. Maddow says, who is the most famous Liverpool player to have come from either of these sides, Key? I think you'd say Van Dijk from Southampton and Souness from Borough, probably. Yeah. Van Dijk and Souness. There we go. Free kick for Saints. Cienza's been taken down. I think he might have jarred his knee there. He seems to be in some pain. Ball got played through from Manning. Oh, yeah. Naughty one, that from Ayling. Just mistimed the tackle. Zenden, of course. Yeah, Zenden. Zenden was another one we got from Borough. Downing. Got Lallana from Southampton. We got a fair few from Southampton. Ricky Lambert. City of Northville, he hasn't had the time or the backing. Give him a couple of seasons and a couple of transfer windows and he would do well at United. Who's that? Who's that? Hola, mi amigos. How's it going, Timbo? Lovren, of course. Yeah, Dejan Lovren. And Sadio Mane. Yeah, of course. Both. Lots and lots of good players we got from Southampton over the years. Plenty of good players from Saints. And Borough. Christian Ziege. We ended up having to pay a fine for getting Christian Ziege from Borough. Yeah. I think we got Paul Jones as well on loan from Southampton 1 year. Liverpool needed an emergency goalkeeper mid-season because all of our goalkeepers got injured. And, yeah, Paul Jones came in on loan from Middlesbrough, from Southampton, sorry. And I think he saved a penalty on his debut at Anfield. It's the only time I've ever remembered us getting a goalkeeper in on loan. And it wasn't that long ago. Well, I say it wasn't that long ago. It was probably about 25 years, but still. It was Paul Jones. Brad Jones did come from Middlesbrough, but no, Paul Jones is the one I'm on about. Football VFX, who do you support? I am a Liverpool fan, mate, but don't hold that against me. We watch everybody on this channel. Southampton Borough tonight. We're watching City Palace tomorrow. Thursday, we're going to be doing Bradford against Bolton at Valley Parade. Can the Bantams go up? Or will Bolton? I'd like to see Bolton. I don't mind Bradford. Bolton have got a 1-0 lead from the first leg. So should be a really, really good game. That one on Thursday. And then Friday, we're back to the Premier League. Liverpool at Aston Villa on Friday night football. So lots of good games this week. Liverpool, yuck. Who's your team, mate? Who's your team? Everyone welcome here. You'll find Arsenal fans, United fans, Everton fans, Chelsea fans, Notts County fans, Forest fans. We've got everyone in the chat. Plenty of fans in the chat. Do you think that Hull could get promoted to the Prem? Yeah, of course they could. They're in the final. Timbo, I'm doing a steps challenge at work. The team with the most steps this week wins £100 or so each. Done 18k today. I'm knackered. Thought when you said you're doing a steps challenge, you were going to, give me a bit of tragedy. I was trying to think of any other steps song then, but I couldn't think of one. 5, 6, 7, 8 wasn't them, was it? Who sang that? 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to have to sing that in my head now. Who sang 5, 6, 7, 8? Was that Steps? Fucking hell, I'm showing me age here. Borough, claim for the handball. No, it's going to go behind for a corner. Football VFX, I support Arsenal. Hey, no worries, mate. We've got plenty of Arsenal fans in as well. Game of Guru, if Chelsea are the ones to send Spurs down, I'd be so jealous of them. Just need West Ham to put in a shift at St James's Park. If West Ham play like they did against us, they will walk Newcastle. Newcastle have been all over the place recently. Wouldn't be a surprise, would it, mate? Counter debate. Crystal Palace fans as well. Yeah, we got our lovely Eagles in as well. Eagle Nate as well. There's another. We've got a few Crystal Palace fans who come in. City of Northville says the guy hasn't gotten us to 50% possession once. That play style is never going to work for the Champions League season, and he has shown no tactical flex. Is that Carrick? You're not happy with Carrick? Timbo, I'm too young to remember steps. Key, you old man. Truth over lies says those chicken people do still own Rovers. Venkis. Chain reaction 2 was steps. Ed Bernardo says, did Klein go from Saints to Liverpool? He did, yes. Yeah, Nathaniel Klein. He was never a bad fullback, him. He wasn't brilliant, but he was never a bad fullback. He was okay. I was fine with Nathaniel Klein. Southampton, what a ball that is. Big chance. Oh, good. Penalty. Ref, any chance? No, not having that. Sumi Kumar says, on a plane to New York and never imagined me being an Arsenal fan. You tune into this channel for Borough. We watch everyone, mate. Listen, if you're ever short of a watch-along and you want to watch a game any night of the week, I will be live. I promise you. Even if you might not like me because I don't want Arsenal to win the league, but I'm not all bad. I'm not a bad bloke, and we've got a great bunch of people in the chat. So even if you don't like me, stick around for them. They're a good bunch of people. Fantastic football fans, know the stuff, and we have a nice chat every game. And we watch the footy and react in real time. None of that scripted BS. Oracle says, doesn't he still play for Palace? He does, yes. He's getting on though a bit, isn't he? Scott McTominay, Ballon d'Or. City of Northville, no, I think the Carrick move is going to prove very dumb. He's not shown much for weeks now. We've been grinding it out by individual efforts and it won't work in a long season. I think you're right. That's a free kick and that's very, very lucky that Cienza's not happy. Fry hit the deck and Southampton have conceded a free kick in the Borough penalty area just as they were on the push. Game of Guru, all them times Key asked for a check on that ref, it came back to haunt him during the Arsenal game when he got his wish. Football analyst Joe, I'd rather take Iriola than Carrick. We gambled on legends as manager before and we should regret it. Yeah, listen, Joe, I as a Liverpool fan, I want you to appoint Michael Carrick, and I think you will, just because you kind of have to. I don't think there's any world in which Michael Carrick doesn't get the job. And even if he doesn't get the job, there's such a strong feeling within the United fan base. Again, I know you two are a representative example, so I apologise, I'm not speaking for all United fans. But the United fans that I've seen and spoken to, the United fans that I know, want him to stay as manager next season. They want him to be given an opportunity. They feel he's earned his right to have a go. And I think if they don't appoint him, what's going to happen is whoever they do appoint, then there's just going to be a Michael Carrick-shaped shadow behind him all season, isn't there? Every time he does something wrong, every time United lose, it'll be like, well, I told you we should have kept Carrick, and it'll turn very, very quickly quite toxic. And it's very difficult to turn that round once it happens, once it comes. And yeah, we're seeing that with Arne Slot at Liverpool at the minute. There's a bit of infighting going on. Ed Bonanno, did you watch the Carrot analysis of the VAR decision? I did, yes. I did. Truth over lies says Oliver Glasner would be my long-term choice after Carrick. Glasner would be a great appointment for United. Yeah. He's fell out with the owners everywhere he's gone, but I think the United fans would quite like that, wouldn't they? They're not massive fans of the Glazers anyway, so I think if he was to rattle their cages a little bit, they'd buy into him. City of Northville says they do, and the ownership is happy to give him his cheap contract, and it will be what if, I know, but that means we'll throw away half the season until they fire him. Darren Robinson, come on Borough, 3-0 winners, you're thinking. Okay. Ed Banano, what did you think? What did I think? I thought he was bending over backwards to make the case in support of the decision. I think he was willfully ignoring an awful lot of things. Like, he kind of breezed past a couple of things. Like, the elbow in the face of Emiliano Martinez. That was quite interesting. He was like, well, there is an elbow in the face of Martinez there, but, that's not quite the same. Yeah, but it's still an elbow in the face, isn't it, Cara? Yeah, well, it's not quite the same, though, is it? Fucking hell. Timbo says, I think United should only replace Carrick if they get a world-class manager. If they can't get one, Carrick is more than fine until the right manager comes along. And Madhouse Amorim rattled the owners. He did. Amorim rattled the owners, but United fans seem to quite like Amorim. Amorim had United in, 5th? 6th when he left? He wasn't sacked for performance reasons, was he? He was sacked because he was falling out with the board. I don't even know says, should Arsenal follow in United's footsteps and hire legends as our managers like, dare I say, Mr. Snake, RVP, or do we stick to world-class managers? Not haram kings like Arteta. City of Northville, Xavi would be much better. Why does the option have to be an inexperienced manager fired from a championship side or a top 4 manager? Xavi would be an interesting one for United, but again, listen, there's no right option, is there? I don't think there's any option out there that screams, oh, it's such an easy win, that one. Like, every manager appointment comes with risk, including Carrick. But I think given he's the cheaper option and maybe the easier option, that's the one they'll go with. And they'll let that ride itself out. And if it doesn't quite transpire as how they'd hoped, then they'll get rid of him and get someone else. Ayling, I think, is going to get a booking here. Oh, he's walking away from the ref here. Get back over there to the ref. Tell you what, get back over there to the ref for a bit of dissent here. Ayling, he's not happy with the decision at all. Ed Banano, that Martinez one surely isn't a foul. Why? Why is it not? By the exact same logic the Raya one is. There's an arm across him. Pete says, give it to Carrick so when it goes wrong, we can all laugh at them going back to where they belong, mid-table. Shahid says, Liverpool had the boot room managers like Shankly, Paisley, Fagan, Dalglish, Souness and Roy Evans. It's long gone, that. Doesn't happen anymore. You needed patience in them days. Bill Shankly, lots of managers, lots of great managers, including Alex Ferguson. Some of the best managers did not start their managerial careers at those clubs in really, really, positive ways. They started quite slowly. Ferguson was close to the sack. There was a few times where, you have to sometimes take one step backwards to take 2 steps forward. It's just modern TikTok brain. Fans, no patience at all. Just constant change. Constant dopamine hit of a new manager, new players. That's all it is. Counter debate key, slot machine, in or out? In, very much in. Timbo, if we actually get Xabi Alonso, our board have got 1% closer to being forgiven. Why? Are you quite pleased with Xabi Alonso appointment then, Timbo? It's an interesting choice from a Chelsea perspective. AMT, as a Canadian Arsenal fan, I want Southampton to win for Kyle Larin. Yeah, no Kyle Larin. I thought Kyle Larin would be starting today, but he's only amongst the substitutes. Harwood, Bellis and Ayling having words here. Not happy. Ooh. Hellberg and Tonda Eckert, rather. Tonda Eckert having a little kick-off on the touchline. It's just the referee. The referees just have it. There's always going to be a little undercurrent. There's always going to be a little bit of spiciness going on. Look at here, Howard Bellis. Howard Bellis covering his mouth. Covering his mouth. Here we go. Southampton free kick. Great chance. Oh, just over the bar. And it's going to be a corner to Saints. To Howard Bellis. That would have been a great opportunity to ram it down the throat of Ayling. And now Ayling's marking him. I'm telling you, Ayling is a certainty for a red. Get on Ayling for a red card. It's on. I'm telling you. He's going to get a red today. Here we go. Ball whipped in. Flicked on. Edge of the box. Big chance. Strike. Wow. Good save. Unlucky. Very, very good save. That from Bryn. Vatira United says that's actually going to be against the rules in the World Cup, the covering of the mouth. Yeah, but how is it going to be policed? This is the thing. Makes no sense, that, does it? Because there's players who do that, just talking like that, over free kicks and stuff like that. I don't think they're not going to give a yellow card to two opposition play or two players talking before a free kick like that. They're not going to give it, are they? Oh, that was silly. That was silly. And Perret has just put it out for a throw into Middlesbrough. Timbo says it'd be funny if Liverpool got Alonso and we got Fabregas with Arteta and Carrick managing Arsenal United too. It'd be like when you get too far into a footy manager save. Finners says, Key, it's only a yellow card if you do it while talking to an opposition player. I know, but like it's so common that there's also like times where it's harmless as well. Like you'll see, like opposition players who've maybe played with each other at international level or played with each other at club level at the World Cup, right? So if they play with each other at club level, but they're on opposing teams at the World Cup and they're stood next to each other on the halfway line while a player's injured or something, and they go like that and they're talking to each other. What's he going to do? He's going to go and book them. That's just not going to happen, is it? There's got to be a degree of common sense. Josh says, Key, you had me laughing when you said young fans want constant dopamine hits from a new manager bounce. It's true. It's true, isn't it? Ed Bonanno says, Tyler Diblin should have stayed at Saints. He's barely played at Everton. I think Saints are quite happy with the 42 million quid lying in their pockets. Maybe that's paid for a new camera, some new binoculars. Some new binoculars for Saints. Oh, I hope someone does that. I hope someone goes like that when they score. Counter debate, what if you cover your whole face? Yeah, like 4 lions. Like that. Oh, Jellyfish, what elite manager that is right for United is available? No one. Enrique won't get him. And Tuchel, is he really suited to us? Tommy Tuckles. Can I have 12 bottles of bleach, please? I don't even know. Says, I still think the Real Madrid-Benfica situation was laughable. Vinny was abused, however, he was a bit of a dick and still is. We move on and ignore the racism or it will continue. Well, he got a ban, didn't he, Prestiani? He did get a ban. I mean, I don't know to what degree that really helps as a preventative measure, let's say. He still, adamantly denied that it happened. But short of miking players up, I mean, I'd be in favour of doing that. We mic referees up. Maybe we should mic the players up. Doesn't have to be anything fantastic, but just something that can pick up what they're saying on the pitch. Maybe it's that. Maybe that's the next step. Something really small. They can make mics tiny now, can't they? Maybe it's something that has to be built into the shirts or something. I don't know. With how the game is going right now, if Borough does go through, who's going to win, Hull or Borough? I'd fancy Borough. I hope Hull, but I would fancy Borough in a final. against Hull. Yeah. I think Borough are out of the three sides, I think Borough are the better side. Personally, I think Borough are the best side out of the three that's left. I thought Millwall would win it, to be honest, but terrible performance last night. Real shame for Millwall. Southampton free kick here. Floated in. Too easy that. Oh, what a save. Still in chance at the far post. Must be. It's there. It's 1-1. And it's going to stand. It's 1-1. And he's gonna roll over and he's got to give it the big one there. It's Ross Stewart far post. And into added time. 46 minutes on the clock. We've got 5 more minutes of added time before the end of half time. It had kicked off. The managers were having a go at each other. The players were having a scrap. But a great ball to the far post. And I think it was Manning. Was it Manning at the back stick who gets the strike at target? And Bryn gets a big save, but he can only push it up into the air. And as it goes up in the air, Ross Stewart, he's the far post, heads it down. Really, really good header. No chance for the keeper on the rebound. Really, really good goal. And it's 1-1. 1-1. Gamer Guru, Southgate to do good at United. Oh my God. Yeah, get Southgate in. We're all kind of hoping Southgate comes in, aren't we? Counter Debate says next they'll start giving yellow cards for waving your hands. Well, that's already in, isn't it? For going like that. Scruffy goal, says Jellyfish. And Counter Debate says filthy celebration. Game on, here we go. Game on. City of North Hill, you joke, but we're hiring the guy who was Southgate's main man for years. I know, yeah, I thought that. I thought when he went in, I did think, ooh, now that does just talk the jaw a little bit, doesn't it? It does just suggest Gareth Southgate might be next in line. We know that it was serious conversations, wasn't there, with Jim Ratcliffe? We know that Jim Ratcliffe likes him, and he was a serious candidate for the job before Amorim. Wouldn't be a surprise. Maybe he's next in line. Maybe it's like Carrick might get it, but if he doesn't, then Southgate's there waiting in the wings kind of thing. I'd love that. I don't even know says, wow, are Southampton overreacting? An equaliser or what? It's just Arsenal who overreact. Sorry. Hey? Finners Matty, I agree, but you can't do mics because it's a safety issue. Why is it a safety issue? What, in case the players get a minor electric shock? Timbo, talk the jaw. Is that an actual phrase? Not talk the jaw. Talk, like this. T-O-R-Q-U-E. Talk. It's, yeah, it's a phrase. It's actually used in a film. It's used in the film Phone Booth as well. Borough chance. Oh, he's offside. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen the film Phone Booth with Kiefer Sutherland and Colin Farrell. Oh, he's just elbowed him. He's just elbowed the keeper. We might have a red here, maybe. Tommy Conway has just... There's been an elbow thrown there. The keeper's gone down. Perrett has gone down holding his face. I tell you what. Whoa. Might be a red. Might be a red. Kim Hellberg is screaming, saying it's not, but I don't know. Is there going to be anything in this? Don't think so. Ref's had a word, but he's not giving anything. But there was a claim for a red card there. Jamie, how's it going, lad? Good to see you, Jamie. Joe, wow, Key using capital letters, think you're hard. Yeah, I do, actually. What are you going to do about it? Yeah, that live was quite funny before as well, wasn't it? And you know what? It's funny, because you can't really have a conversation with him, can you? You can't really have a conversation with him, because it's so passive-aggressive. There's no sensible conversation where one of you says, oh yeah, that's a fair point, that, mate. Even when I agreed with him, he was like, yeah, but like, actually... I mean, that's a terrible impression. But he was just so bloody passive-aggressive. Timbo, never heard of that in my life. Get out more, mate. Touch grass. Finners Matty, have you seen people saying they should introduce a rule where you can't be in the 6-yard box before the corner? Yes, and it was Darren Cann, wasn't it, the linesman, who suggested it. Here we go. Corner for Southampton. 30 seconds left of the first half. Ross Stewart complaining that he's being manhandled by Strelec. For what it's worth, I actually think the referee has done quite well tonight, Andy Madley. I think he's dealt with... It's a very, very difficult game to ref, this one. Given what's happened before, given the whole spygate thing and the managers had each other, it's a very difficult game to ref. Ball whipped in, out to the edge of the box, Borough clear it away. It might well be half-time now. Don't think he's going to play anymore, is he? No, he is. He's going to carry on playing, and it's straight out of play. There you go. Terrible. Terry Tibbs says, talk to me. Talk to me. Wooden ladders. Got a contact. The Ration Wooden Ladder Museum. Mercury says, I'm not a United fan by any stretch, but if you don't keep Carrick after you clinch Champions League football, after the season they've had, it's kind of an injustice to him. I did, Joe, yes. I did hear that. And, yeah, I mean, listen, he can't get a word in, but he spent most of the conversation talking, didn't he? Right, half-time. Half-time, it's 1-1. It's been entertaining. And I do think this one's going the distance, you know. Something tells me this one is going to be extra time. It's going to be penalties. I think we're going to see... I think we're going to see this one go the distance. Cheers, Timbo. City of Northfield, when has any team won the league with park and break counters? Park and break counters? I mean, Liverpool scored quite a lot of goals directly from corner kicks. I think we might hold the record for that. I think that was one of the things that was highlighted. I don't know if it might even have been last season. I think we had the most goals scored from corner kicks. Like within 30 seconds of corners, it was in the opposition net sort of thing. Or was in their net. Right. 2-2 and pens, me too. Part of the bus break to counter. Terry Tibbs, talk to me. Hang about. I give it to you, the R and the give for, and give it the, oh yeah, you're right. It is nice, ain't it? Phone Jacker was elite. Yeah. George Jacker de Guango. Good evening, madam. I loved that. I loved Phone Jacker. What was his name as well? Who was the other fella? Not Brian Bedondi. Oh, I can't remember the other fella's name. Not the canvas stretcher. Yeah, Jaffouli. Mr. Poulter says, VAR in the final of this. I know only one winner. Winner will be VAR. Okie dokie. Right. Jaffouli is so cooly. A stretch of canvas. Kusa got a guff. Do I get a job? Do I get a job? Do I get a job? Do I? Sunil says Al Nassr might have just won the league. Yes. Right, quiz. Buzzer says, I've heard George Agadaguango and 12 bottles of bleach, please. This is why you're top tier key. Yeah, you've heard 12 bottles of bleach and a bit of Jaffouli while we're watching Southampton v Middlesbrough. You know, far be it from me to criticise any other watch-along channel, but you just don't get this kind of variety. Right. No, that's not a good one. I'm trying to think of good quizzes we can do. Good. I've got some good quizzes, but I don't know if you'll get a lot of them. They're quite hard. Quite difficult quizzes. don't get this on Super Sunday. Right, here we go. Let me see if I can find a good quiz. Do we have a quiz? I've always got one, but I'm just kind of I didn't prep tonight in terms of an actual like let's prep. I've got 2 quiz books, and I've got lots and lots of quizzes in them. But I haven't actually prepped one for tonight, so I'm trying to justify which one would be best. Which would be the best quiz? Here we go. Let's have a look. We have got... Oh, no, that's not going to work, is it? Bar steward. Ethan says, did you see what THB said to Ayling? Proper shithouse behaviour. What did he say? What did he say? I didn't see it. Has there been some sort of a... Hang on a minute. Before we say it, because he was covering his mouth, and I did flag that. I did say that he had been covering his mouth, which isn't cool anymore. Quiz the 20 hardest times. Keir shouted, that's got to be offside, ref. Taking the piss out of his... He said, keep stuttering, can't hear you. Oh, no. Yeah, I mean, that's not sound. But again, you know, I dread to think... We were talking about miking players up on the pitch. And I dread to think what sort of stuff would be getting said on the pitch if we had players mic'd up. It wouldn't be pleasant, would it? Let's be honest. It really wouldn't be pleasant. Commentator said he said shut your mouth. Well, maybe. Right, I'll tell you what, balls to it. We'll do this one. It's not my finest, but this is what you're getting, folks. I'm sorry. I'll prepare a better one for tomorrow. You're gonna get... Okay. That's bizarre. That is madness. Okay, the top 20... I don't think we can do that, can we? Should we do that? Balls to it. Top 20 Italian goal scorers in Premier League history. See how there's a link? There's a clear link. There's a clear link between Saints and Middlesbrough and the top 20 Italians. Not got a single Italian in the entire starting 11 or on the bench. The top 20 Italians in goal scoring Italians in Premier League history. We've started without you. Oh, has someone got a quiz? Has someone actually done a quiz? Oh, no. No one's got a quiz. Zola. Zola is second. Highest scoring Premier League goal scorer. Italian Premier League goal scorer. Number 1 is Di Canio. Yep. Tonali is 19th. Balotelli is 7th. Federico Macheda is not there. No. Ravanelli is 4th. The 4th highest scoring Italian in Premier League history. Graziano Pella is 5th. Well done. Gianluca Vialli, 6th. Tonali we've already got. Jorginho is 8th. Counter debate. Vialli from Chelsea. That's the one. Yep, you got it. We have got Graziano Pella and Fabrizio Ravanelli, 2 legends of the game from Southampton and Borough. So there is a tenuous Italian link to this. I planned it all along secretly. See, this is he just falls in, doesn't it? Not Chiesa, no, not Chiesa, but Benito Carboni is there. He's 3rd. And he is a Bradford City legend, Benito Carboni, and we'll be watching Bradford on Thursday night. Cascarino was Irish, not Italian. Di Matteo is 12th. We're doing the top 20 Italian Premier League goal scorers. We've got Tonali, Di Matteo, Jorginho, Balotelli, Vialli, Ravanelli, Carboni, Zola and Di Canio so far. Crespo is Argentinian. Not Chiesa. Not Federico Fernandezio. No. Paul Inzaghi. Yeah. Famous Oldham striker, Paul Inzaghi. Not Scamacca, Andy. No, not Scamacca. Not Silenzi. No. Not Silenzi. There's a couple of other Borough players in this list, actually. A couple of other Borough players. And a couple of Southampton players, actually. Anyone with a name ending in a vowel. Wow. Don't want to say the R word. Thought the same, just I pressed enter. What's that one? Sorry. Carboni, we've got Barini. There you go. Fabio Barini is 11th. The knife. Fabio Barini is there. Carboni, you've got. Timbo, there's a couple of Chelsea players. Say a couple. I don't think there's a couple. There's one Chelsea player. There's one Chelsea player. There's 2 West Ham players. There's 2 Borough players. And a Southampton player. Massimo Macaroni is 9th. Yes. Roberto Faolini. Yeah, sure you was 3-star. Sure you was. Will Hughes, no, but Stefano Akaka. Well Googled, counter debate. Yeah, Stefano Akaka is 17th. Not Attilio Lombardo. Again, he wasn't in the Prem that long, Lombardo, was he? Not Ambrosetti, but Festa. Well done. Gianluca Festa, centre-back for Middlesbrough, is 14th. Not Bianchi. Lanzini is Argentinian. Ogbonna, yes. Angelo Ogbonna. Final goal at Upton Park was scored by Angelo Ogbonna, wasn't it? The final ever goal scored at Upton Park. Graziano Pella, we've already got Creed. Barini was also a Chelsea player. He was, yeah. There is another one. You've still not got the other Chelsea player, I don't think. One who's not Vialli, Di Matteo or Zola. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, believe it or not. Surprised even me. Gianluca Festa. Gabbiadini, yes. Manolo Gabbiadini, former Southampton striker. He's there. Not Moise Keane, no. Not Moise Keane. There's 1, 2, 3. There's only 3 left. There's only 3 left. Should have just given you. Because I don't think you're going to get them. Oh no, there's 4. I tell a lie, there's 4. One of them was an Italian signed by West Ham for quite big money. He had dyed blonde hair. And he sounded like a jeweller. A jeweller as in, like, you know, jeweller, not haha. Baiano's another one, yes. Baiano is 10th. Francesco Baiano, formerly of Derby County. Okaka we've already got. Emerson is Brazilian, really. Not Emerson, no. Dallabonna, yes. Sam Dallabonna, formerly of Chelsea. He is 19th. Not Scamacca. Not Pistoni at Newcastle, no. The 2 that you're missing, I'll give him you. Balls to it, I'll give him you, because I don't think you're going to get him. Iranio is one, and FM No Casuals, the West Ham fan, gets it. There you go. Diamanti. Alessandro Diamanti was the West Ham player, and Stefanio Iranio was the other one. Another Derby County player, same as Baiano. So the top 20 highest scoring Italians in Premier League history are Sam Dallabonna, Sandro Tonali, Iranio, Akaka, Diamanti, Ogbonna, Festa, Gabbiadini, Di Matteo, Barini, Baiano, and then the top 10 is Macaroni, Massimo Macaroni of Middlesbrough, Jorginho, Balotelli, Vialli, Southampton legend Graziano Pella, Middlesbrough legend Fabrizio Ravanelli, the white feather, once scored a hat-trick against Liverpool. And then the top 3, Benito Carboni, Sheffield Wednesday legend, as well as Bradford City legend. Gianfranco Zola, who only arrived in the Prem when he was 30. And Alex Ferguson said was one of his favourites, if not his favourite, non-Manchester United player. And Paolo Di Canio, top. The ref shover. The ref pusher. Paul Alcock's rival. Remember that? It was a dive, that, from Paul Alcock, wasn't it? Did you ever see that Di Canio shove on the ref? Oh, it was such a dive. Took a dive there, the ref. He was worse than Mateus Cunha. If Mateus Cunha was a ref, he'd be Paul Alcock. What a great Southampton versus Middlesbrough quiz. There you go. Tenuous though it may be, it's relevant. Gamer Guru Key basically saying we were shit, so he'll just tell us. Yeah. It's not wrong, is it? I mean, it was tough. It's a tough quiz, that. Yuvraj, why do you love watching Arsenal? I'm a glutton for punishment. Winston Reid scored last... Oh, did he? Why did I think it was Ogbonna? Didn't he score against Liverpool? That was one of the last games at Upton Park, wasn't it? Timbo, Zola won Player of the Year for the 96-97 season, despite only signing in like the November or something. Hell of a player. Right, 45 minutes to go. Two teams deadlocked at 1-1. Are we going to get a separator? A goal to... well, we might get a few goals, I guess, second half. But is it going to go to extra time? I still think this one goes to Eki time. 2-2, I said before the game. I'm going to stick with 2-2. 2-2, Desmond. Carl O'Neill, Key, what's your thoughts on Curtis Jones? Should he leave Liverpool? Yes. 1,000,000%. And I'm saying that for him as much as anything else. Like, I think Curtis Jones is a very talented midfielder. I think if he stays at Liverpool, he'll never be more than a bench player with us. I think he's better than that. I think he can go and be something better somewhere else. For him, I think he can be an England player if he goes somewhere else. He's never going to be that. And also for Liverpool as well, like selfishly, I think if we keep Curtis Jones and we play him, I don't think we win the league. You're not gonna win the league with Curtis Jones starting in midfield. And I would also argue that the same is true with Miles Lewis-Skelly and Kobbie Mainoo. Unless you surround them with two very, very good midfielders. And I don't think Liverpool will do that. I think Curtis Jones needs to be a different type of midfielder to thrive at Liverpool. Joe says Newcastle should go in for Curtis Jones when Tonali leaves. He's a good player. There's no doubt he's a fabulous player. I like him. He's just not a Liverpool midfielder. He's not a high energy. He's not got legs. I think Cienza might be going off here. I think he might be going off. He's limping. It's not looking good. I think Southampton might need to make a change here. 90 seconds into the second half, the left winger might need to come off. Curtis could come to Palace. Swap you for Adam Wharton. I'll be honest, I don't really want Adam Wharton either. I don't think he's a Liverpool player, but I like him. He's better than Curtis Jones, but I'm not sure he's right for us either. John Hegarty, seen today that Dembele got Player of the Year in the French League and barely played 90 mins all year. Yeah, he got 9 starts, didn't he? Yeah, Dembele, 9 starts in Ligue 1 and he's got Player of the Year over there. Looks like a pulled hamstring. Timbo says, what percentage chance do you give us of beating City this weekend? 40? You've got maybe a touch better than a coin flip. That's a foul and a yellow card, that. That's a foul and a yellow card, that. Should be a yellow. Harwood Bellis probably going to get a yellow here. Yeah, should be. Be astonished if he doesn't get a yellow card for this. Yeah, he definitely takes Conway out there. Andy, I forgot this game was on. Has it been a decent watch? It has, yeah. It's been very feisty as well, as you'd expect with all the stuff going on off the pitch. The spygate. Eagle Nate, Curtis Jones for Adam Wharton. Behave yourself. I just thought I'd test the water and see if you were up for it. Can't blame a guy for asking, can you? Finners Matty says Jones will always be loved by Liverpool fans after what he did last season against Everton after the game. And his goal against Everton in the FA Cup, you know, he's a Scouser. He's always going to be loved. But I just don't think... no, he's not really right for Liverpool. Needs a different type of team. 40% is kinder than everyone I know. Well, I'm basing it somewhat off what Southampton did to City. And also, Callum McFarlane got a point against City, didn't he, last time out? Last time Callum McFarlane took over from Enzo Maresca, he had to go and manage Chelsea away at City at the Etihad, and he got a point. So I think he won't be scared. It's kind of a must-win for Chelsea, isn't it? It'd be a shame. It'd be an embarrassment if Callum McFarlane lifted the FA Cup. Kind of want him to do it, and I don't like Chelsea. I hate him, but I kind of wouldn't mind him doing it. Al Nassr have just conceded a 98th minute equaliser. Alex, thoughts on Barcola? Very talented young player, yeah. Wouldn't mind him at Liverpool. Carl Key, do you think United will push on next season, or was this just a poor season? I mean, I think they'll build on it. They'll certainly build on it, but I think success next season... and I'm saying this honestly, I really, really am. I know there's a lot of United fans, Jellyfish in the chat genuinely thinks United are going to win the league next year. I think that's a little bit... I love you, mate, but I think that's a little bit delusional. I think United will build on it this year, and I think success next year looks like another top 4, top 5 finish. And maybe a decent cup run. Maybe they qualify for the latter stages of the Champions League. That would be a decent season for United. Get top 5, like consolidates almost. Like you've kind of got yourself back in the Champions League. Consolidate. Do what Newcastle and Villa weren't able to do, which is get in the Champions League, stay in the Champions League. They kind of got in and then dropped out again, didn't they? And both of them did that. And I think United might do that as well if they're not careful. It's a lot of extra games. It's like another 30-40% extra fixtures. And have they got the squad to cope for it? Big question marks over that. Claim for the handball. No chance. Never. Will says, if I was a United fan, I'd be happy with a top 4 finish again next season. Me too. Pedro, su Brasileiro. Good to see you, man. Timbo says the mighty McFarlane will see us through. Eagle Nate, no, I hear it, but that's like offering us Darwin when he was at Liverpool for Mateta. Darwin Núñez is better than Mateta. Darwin Núñez is genuinely better than Mateta. I don't care what anyone says. I really, really like Darwin Núñez. Hang on a minute. Didn't you say you didn't love Mateta? Mateta's been a bit hit and miss for you lads as well recently. I know he scored against Everton, but no, Darwin Núñez... Mateta and Darwin Núñez are not that dissimilar. Albeit, maybe Mateta's a better finisher. But Darwin Núñez moves about the pitch more. He's faster. He can score goals that Mateta can't score. Like pinging it in from the 30 yards out type of goal. Southampton. Ball across the face of goal. Straight into the keeper, that one. BDIOR. What game are you watching? Southampton v Middlesbrough, mate. Finners Matty, I love Jones and want him to stay, but for his benefit, let him go and bring him back in the future. Well, maybe, yeah, if he benefits from leaving and whatever. But I think he's a little bit... He falls kind of into the James Garner category. Like, look how well James Garner's doing at Everton. I'd love James Garner at Liverpool. I think he's that good. I think he's absolutely fantastic player. And he's a little bit like what Elliot Anderson is for Forest. He's done that well for Everton. Obviously, we're not going to sign him, but he needed to leave United in order to get that move to Everton and grow. And I don't think he would have, if he'd have stayed at United, he might still be in there. Same with McTominay. McTominay needed to leave United to grow and become a potential Ballon d'Or winner. I never thought that sentence would come out my mouth. Ornstein has reported that we're talking to Trent's agents about a potential return. And Timbo says, Jones said Hazard is a better footballer than Salah. I'll take him at Chelsea for that alone. City of Northfield, when does that ever happen? We'll end up with belaboured as our most expensive midfield purchase and some middling players. These owners never deliver. Borough just clear the corner away. It's out for a throw-in on the far side. Alex Scott, Anderson or Gar. Oh, it's Alex Scott every day of the week for that one. Different types of players, but the one midfielder I really desperately want Liverpool to sign is Alex Scott. I've been saying it all season. I love him. Absolutely love him. He was brilliant last year. I love Alex Scott. He is exactly what Liverpool need. Exactly. But again, they paid 25 million for him, Bournemouth, so what are they letting him go for? We asked this the other day. If you're Bournemouth and you're selling Alex Scott, and Jermaine Defoe, did you hear Jermaine Defoe compare Ryan, the new Bournemouth winger, the guy who signed for him in January from Brazil? He compared Ryan to Gareth Bale. He said he's the closest thing I've seen to Gareth Bale. Which is quite some compliment from a guy who played with Gareth Bale, isn't it? Obviously, Defoe played for Bournemouth as well. So, yeah. How much would it cost to get Ryan, Alex Scott and Krupi out of Bournemouth? Do you think if we offered him 200 million, they'd take it? 200 million for them three. I genuinely think that's the ballpark. That is kind of what you're talking about. 200 million for Krupi, Scott and Ryan. You might get away with maybe 180, 60 million for each. But that's kind of the ballpark, isn't it? Oh, you're talking 200 million for them three players, which shows just how amazing they've done at recruitment, Bournemouth. If Bournemouth get Champions League, they'll want 70 to 80 for each of them. Yeah, very true. Another yellow card here for Finn Azaz, the former Borough player. He's took out Matt Target there, and it was a bad tackle as well, that one. Yeah, was a yellow card. Don't think he gets the... Yeah, he does get the ball, actually. I mean, there's a little bit left over there, but he definitely got the ball. Thought it was a bit harsh, actually. Teaching Tony. Key, watching two Scottish teams, Dunfermline and PAR. Name those two teams without thinking, you lovely Scouser. Dunfermline and PAR. Partick Thistle. No finishing in the semi-finals with top four, and club revenue does that. City of Northfield, how many times have the owners done that and missed with signings? Headed away. And it's going to be a throw-in on the far side to Borough. Borough coming back into it. Will says, how are we in a world where Real Madrid could be turning up at the Vitality next season? 12,000-seater stadium, the Vitality. Good luck to him. Lucas Mateus, I am from Brazil and rooting for Middlesbrough. Lots of love to Brazil. Gamer Guru, Hazard is better than Salah. If Hazard gives a shit, he'd have been the best in the world. And I hated Hazard. Ryan Bridgman, I would love Julian Alvarez at Arsenal. You've got three centre-forwards. I don't see a world in which Arsenal sign a centre-forward this summer. Your focus has got to be keeping all the players. There's no way Arsenal sign a centre-forward this summer. I'd be astonished. Bournemouth, Brighton and Brentford are so ridiculously well run. Three tiny football league clubs will now be Prem mainstays for a long while. It's going to be a goal kick. Ayling couldn't quite direct it goalwards. And Carl says, what would be your ideal midfield three to start for Liverpool next season, realistically? Alex Scott, Sobersley, and... Oh, it's tough. It's really tough. We need a proper authentic six, and there's not many of them around. I'd like someone like a Johnny Cardozo from Atletico Madrid, and there's quite a few of that ilk, but I'm not sure they'd be great in the Prem. It's tough. Johnny Cardozo's very good. Varela's very good at Porto. We're looking at Kamara from Monaco as well. There's some decent players, but I don't know. I think we need a proper 6, and I'd like Scott, a number 6, and Szoboszlai with Gravenberch as maybe someone who can come in and grow into the role. Because for too long, he's just... He was player of the year last year, Gravenberch, but I'm not sure he's a player we should be starting at this moment in time. Strike! Oh, nearly! Big deflection there from Manning. And it was nearly 2-1. Liverpool try and take advantage of the Valverde-Tchouameni issues. Listen, if we can get Tchouameni, I don't like that signing. I don't like it. It's not a Liverpool signing, that one. He's a good player, but it's not a Liverpool signing, Tchouameni. B Snow says, mowing is done, Key. Weed Eater is waiting on you. Haven't you learned by now, Key? Number 6s just don't want to join you for some reason. I know, yeah, they all fucking join you, lads, don't they? Southampton corner. It's going to be another corner. Kevin says, Mateta to score the winner against Rayo. Up the Palace. Yes, Kevin. Love it. 30 left to go in this one. A corner for Southampton. The spiciness, the feistiness of the first half has kind of died down a little bit. Ball whipped in. Headed out to the edge of the box. Strike! Big deflection, and Borough now come away on the counter-attack, and they've got men over here if they can get it right. Whittaker gives it away. Poor choice of ball there. Poor choice of pass, rather. Marcus Llorente always scores against us at Anfield, so why not sign him? And Alan Jones needs to go to Coventry or Ipswich, maybe one of the better players. Coventry, possibly. I think he's better than that. I think he's better than Coventry. No disrespect to Coventry or Ipswich, but Curtis Jones is better than that. Curtis Jones is like a Newcastle or a Villa or a Tottenham. A team who's like just in and around the top 6, or that's where you'd expect him to be. That's the sort of club I think Curtis Jones would thrive at. He's better than Ipswich, and he's better than Coventry. He'd be their best player. Cardozo is an American. I'm all for him playing on a big stage. Timbo is key short for Kieran. It is. Keenandez. Daddy, I've been hearing Mbappe to Liverpool. I even saw a short that Anfield Agenda wouldn't want him at Liverpool. I don't think I'd want that potential drama either. It's tough, innit? Because like we were saying this yesterday, how many footballers do you actually think are knobheads? The vast majority, aren't they? I bet. Well, maybe not the vast majority, but I would imagine being a young athlete at the peak of physical condition, as attractive as you'll ever be in your life, being given millions of pounds, endless women flocking around you, endless business like snake oil salesmen saying, hey, invest in this, buddy. Not saying that's American. I'm sure it's not just Americans, but you know what I mean. It's not really conducive to making a well-rounded human being. I think you wouldn't trust people. Probably be a bit of a dick. Probably have a bit of an ego. So if you're ruling out Mbappe because he's a bit of a dick, then you're basically ruling out every footballer. I Am Groot says we were rumoured to him when he left PSG and Klopp had a no D-heads policy. I know that. No, hang on, that's revisionist. Klopp definitely wanted Mbappe. He went a very, very big way to try and get Mbappe, and I think if we had convinced him, I think he would have come to us over PSG. Well, yeah, that would have happened, basically. It wasn't we pulled out because we thought his personality wasn't quite right. Borough, far post, headed away. Tommy Conway picks it up on the far side. Back at Bree. Into the area. Got to get the ball right. Good defending from Bree. Did well there. Tommy Conway feeling a bit cheesed off that Bree got the better of him. Oh, what's this defending? Oh, my goodness me. Borough, absolutely shocking. Cienza, got to hit it. Claim for a penalty, ref. Is he going to give it? Oh, Ayling. Ayling's absolutely dragged him down there. And Cienza's not happy with it at all. Wow. And now Borough on the counter-attack. Another claim for a foul. That one he gives. Oh, my God. Bree. Now he's cheesed off. Thoughts on Slot saying going to be major signings this summer? There has to be. I think there has to be. Is this a foul? Nah, you're not getting a foul for that. You're not getting a foul for that. That's a dive. That's a dive for Cienza. I'm sorry, you were never getting a pen for that. I'm fully on board with that, Luke Ayling. It's never a penalty. Daddy-O, it's if the knobhead is outweighed on the pitch, you can put up with a lot more if you turn it up every game. Yeah. I was thinking your name was Keenando Thomason. Got it in one. Jones will be good at Brighton. Yes. LJ says, I'm just so depressed with Everton. Disappointed and upset. Europe wasn't the aim. But so near yet so far. As is the way with all things in football, mate. It's the hope that kills you. You know, lots of football fans with many different... Look at Millwall. Millwall have been teased all season, haven't they? That they're going to be a Premier League side, maybe in the automatic spots, and they throw it away, the automatic chance of going up right at the end of the season. And then they crash at the first opportunity in the playoffs. And then Hull, you say the same about Hull. Probably very little expectations in that sense. Talks of them being automatics all the season long, and then I think 1 win in 8 towards the end of the season. Looked like they were falling away and secure it on the final day, and now look at them in the playoff final. Football! This is why we love football. Matthew Foster, do you think the title race will go down to the last day? I think Bournemouth will take points off City. No, I think City will do it against Bournemouth. Yeah, I think it might. I think we might see Arsenal drop points against Burnley, you know. I'm genuinely, I think that's going to be a harder game than we might give. Burnley were really good against Villa the other day. And I thought they played quite well against Leeds, funnily enough. Maybe they're just one of them teams who now the pressure's off. The manager's gone. The toxicity around the club has sort of dissipated. Burnley are in a much better place. Right. Matsuki is going off. Ryan Bridgman says, biggest good surprise and biggest disappointment of this season can be a club or a player. Biggest good surprise, I think, would be Brentford, wouldn't it? Brentford were phenomenal. Biggest disappointment, probably Alexander Isak, and I think just the amount of injuries and not being fit for most of the season. I don't think it's as bad a transfer as people are making out, because you sign him for 6 years. You've not signed him for the one season. But yeah, it's certainly underwhelming that we've paid a British record and we've barely seen him. And when he has been fit, when he has played, I think he's done all right. He showed he's got the ability, and he has played okay for us, but it's difficult really to get a rhythm. Carl says, will Isak step up next season? There you go. It's mad, isn't it? We've moved on to that. Will Isak step up next season? I think so. Yeah. Oracle says, surely Burnley just have to defend for their lives against Arsenal. I mean, they did really well against Villa. They certainly can get forward. They scored 2 against Leeds, 2 against Villa. They can get forward and score. Ryan, thanks for answering. Hey, no problem, mate. Hey, listen, thanks for being in the chat and having a conversation. It's all good. We enjoy it. Finners Matty Key, do you like the idea of 6 teams getting playoffs? I don't personally. If you finish 8th, you're clearly not good enough to go up. It'll make the playoffs entertaining though, won't it? Southampton now the left-hand side. Far post. And also, if the gap between the Championship and the Premier League is becoming bigger, which many think it is, and we've already established, haven't we, that when teams go up, they have to be ruthless. They have to maybe change quite a lot of their team. They can't stay faithful to the players that got them promoted. Whittaker, terrible. It's going to be a corner. Took a deflection, that one. They have to be ruthless with the teams, with the players they've got. If they were to get an eighth place team going up, they'd just have to take the same steps, wouldn't they? They'd have to cull a load of the team and spend maybe 150 million. And if they did that, they could stay up. Same as Sunderland did. Ryan says, I'm an Arsenal fan and Arsenal will win by 1 goal versus Burnley, in my opinion. It'll be more nervy than it should be. Always is in title races, isn't it? Be a fascinating game anyway. Oracle says, Key, this has got pens all over it for me. Well, there's 20 minutes to go. You might be right. It's looking like it so far. The next goal might well be the winner. Oh, still getting a little bit feisty though, you know. Gamer Guru, I think might have a hard time. Breaking a leg can ruin a player. Look at Cole Palmer. 1 groin injury and he fell off a cliff. I know, but Cole Palmer still needs surgery, doesn't he? Cole Palmer's still carrying an injury. I don't think it's quite the same, that. Alexander Isak's still a fantastic player. It's just, yeah. You might be right. Maybe the broken leg will affect him more, but we've got really no frame of reference with that. We don't know until next season, I don't think. But hopefully I'm wrong. Or hopefully you're wrong. Truth over lies, I think 7th place should get the playoffs, but not 8th. 8th is getting too low. How would that work, though? If you're giving it 7th, you've got to give it... you've got to give it 8th, because there's got to be... unless you're basically saying maybe 3rd gets a bye to the final. That could work, couldn't it? If you don't think 8th is worthwhile, you'd maybe have to give 3rd a bye straight to the final, and then 4th plays 7th and 5th plays 6th. Darren Robinson up the Villa, Freiburg Villa on next Wednesday, isn't it? What are you feeling about that one, Darren? Takes the ender off, he's looking good. He's looked good, but he's suffering. Yeah, it definitely looks like he's goosed. His hamstring looked like it went about 5 minutes into the second half, to be honest. Carl, will Palmer want United? Cole Palmer to United. They're not going to pay that much for him, are they? Although, if you're going to get rid of Bruno Fernandes, Cole Palmer, probably the best replacement they could get, and he's a United fan. I'm sure he'd push for it. But will United pay probably the best part of 100 million for Cole Palmer? English tax? Be a good signing, that, for United. I think if Bruno was to go, then yeah, it would make sense. Matthew, Arsenal have 8 days rest before Burnley. I think they'll fly out the traps and smash them. Well, as we've seen with United against Leeds, they had a long time, didn't they, to prepare for that game against Leeds at Old Trafford. They ended up getting beat. And Leeds are right down there, so... And United were in great form. Oh, this isn't good. Tommy Conway... I think he's looking really upset here, Tommy Conway. I think he might be going off. And I think the way that it's looking, there's a suggestion that he might maybe miss. It looks like a bad one, doesn't it? He looked quite upset there, didn't he, Tommy Conway? Don't want to speculate on stuff, but it looks like it might be one where he misses the playoff final. Given it's this close, the last thing you want is to get injured in the semi-final. Last thing. Jellyfish Palmer is a United fan. Look at the photos of him when he was wearing his United shirt as a kid. And City of Northville, the way Carrick prepares them is giving him the day off. It's Player FC. That's smart from Michael Carrick, though, isn't it? Because that was his way of getting the players on side. Was, hey, listen, I'm coming in. It's different sort of energy from Ruben Amorim. I'm going to kind of I'm going to get you on side. I'm one of you. I'm going to get you on side by giving you more time off. Rather than overwork you, let's get you more time off. Oracle says, the Southampton goalkeeper, I didn't realise is on loan from Bayern Munich. Yeah, Peretz. Yeah. Daniel Peretz. He's an Israeli goalkeeper from Bayern Munich, signed from Maccabi Tel Aviv. And he's gone out on loan a few years. He's been at Hamburger earlier this year, and they recalled him and sent him out to Southampton. Gamer Guru, Harry Kane was an Arsenal fan as a kid. Look how that went. And City of Northville, Amorim did a great job getting them in better shape, running more. Can you see a drop-off? Can you see a drop-off in intensity since since that point. Obviously, it's mad that you've noticed. Not mad, but it's interesting. It's intriguing to me because I haven't spotted that. But have you noticed as a United fan, given that you said Amorim did a great job getting them in better shape and running more, have you seen since Carrick's come in and given them more time off, have you seen a drop in intensity, maybe a drop in running, a drop in, like you were saying earlier, it's United have kind of won games by individual brilliance more than anything, which I thought was an intriguing approach or an intriguing opinion from a United fan. Jerome says, and it's annoying, this should be free to watch on the BBC like the FA Cup finals. It's ridiculous. It's such a big game, isn't it? The playoff final, I don't know if that's going to be live on sort of terrestrial TV. I'll be doing the playoff final as well. 23rd, that one. Oracle says, so if you're Middlesbrough looking at the bench, who comes on and is a pen taker? A penalty taker for Borough on the bench. Probably... Is Castledine on the bench? He missed a sitter against Wrexham the other day, didn't he? Yeah, I mean, they've brought Brown on. Sarmiento could take a pen, maybe. Silvera could take a pen, Sam Silvera. And yeah, maybe Castledine. Yeah, probably those three would be the ones you'd bring on if you were bringing anyone on. Amorim improved them in a number of ways. He got them to stop the dumb long ball passing, got them to start doing quick passes, got them fitter, had them starting hitting the pass first touch. And Shell, are you doing the Stockport game tomorrow night, Keith? I'm not, Shell. No Stockport game tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing Crystal Palace against Man City. I think just with the title race, it's a very big game, isn't it? We've got to see if City can hold their nerve, because I think if they were to drop points in that one, it really is kind of all over, isn't it? Thomas, yes, I wish we hadn't sacked Amorim. We've been in no worse position this time next year to where we'll be end of next season. I agree. I would have kept Amorim as well. And I'm not saying that like facetiously as a Liverpool fan. Like, do you know how you see other fans saying, "Oh, I want Slot to get an 8-year contract"? No, I genuinely do like Amorim. And I do think he was a good manager for United, and I think they should have stuck with him, and I think he'll be back in the Prem before long. Jerome, disgrace that big corporations prioritise money over the football. However, come on, you Gunners, we're going to win the league. Garav says, hello, Key. How are we doing? I'm so glad we're into the Conference League final. Oliver Glasner is a very underrated manager. He can do wonders for a top club. Love that, Garav. Corner for Southampton. Cienza's going to take. Ball whipped in. Far post. Header. Up in the air. Roof of the net. Going to be a goal kick. Three at the back at United was horrid. It was never going to work. It nearly sent us down. Matthew says, I think it's a massive mistake if United keep Carrick. Totally different pressure being full-time. Being full-time and having the extra workload of Europe and, you know, all that extra stuff. It's whether or not they can sustain that. It's going to be a difficult task for any United manager next season, whoever it is. We will re-ask that question in January when it will be trendy to be Carrick out. I can't wait to... at some point next year, I'm probably going to flip and I'm going to be Slot out. Can't believe they've not sacked him. Get him sacked. I said sack him last year. I'll delete all evidence that I was slotting. Jerome, you feel like Glasner just doesn't give a fuck about them anymore because he's leaving anyway? I don't know, you know. They played well against Everton the other day. I thought Everton were the better side, but they came back and in the end, Palace probably should have won it. Don't think they've thrown the towel in just yet. Clip says we were playing 2 games in a month some months and could be playing 7 games a month next season. That's it. Yeah, 3 games a week sometimes, especially over that busy Christmas period. Gets very, very intense. And with that comes, you know, you might have the squad to cope with it in terms of numbers. But then when those players have got extra minutes in their legs, they're not as fresh. When it gets to minute 70... 75, 80, can they do extra sprints at that point? Now they can, because they've not got those minutes in the legs. But when you're asking a player to put that extra sprint in at the end of the game to, you know, track a man or tired minds to stay switched on, it becomes a whole lot more difficult, doesn't it? But I do think United will bounce. I think they'll cope. I don't think they'll, significantly suffer or anything next year. I think they'll be okay, but I don't think there's an argument to say that they'll challenge for the title, as Jellyfish is saying. I think it's probably more if they can consolidate, they can get 5th next year. I think that would probably be a win for United. 4th, 5th, decent year. Bryce says, I'm ready for the Premiership games tomorrow. Well, yeah, Crystal Palace City tomorrow. Thursday, we're back in the playoffs. We're watching Bradford against Bolton. Friday, Liverpool away at Aston Villa. So lots and lots of very good games this week. Join me. Should be good fun. If you've not already, hit like, hit subscribe. We're live every day. Here we go. Free kick from Southampton. I think it's Bree who's going to put the ball in. Header out for a goal kick on the far side. Jerome says 4 questions. Score prediction for this game. 1. Score prediction for this game. I said 2-2, but I think the more it's going on, it's probably going to be 1-1. It's going to be extra time and probably penalties. I can't see there being a goal now. It looks like it's maybe petering out just a little bit. Not in the sense that there's not going to be anything happening. I'm sure you'll get chances in the final sort of 10-15 minutes, but both sides are terrified to lose now. And I think they're just maybe holding the shape. 2, score prediction for Palace City. Score prediction for Palace City. I think Palace probably make a job of it, but I would say City will win that one. 2-1. 2-1, 2-0. What do you see for Liverpool long term? I don't think we challenge next season. I think we've got a lot more work to do. A third of the squad that went last year. A third of the squad leaving. It's never going to be painless when that happens. It's always going to be stylistically very difficult to play good, attractive football and win games. I think Slot has had to abandon some of his principles this year. So I'm relatively happy. Maybe not happy, but relatively sort of content with where we're going to finish. I think we're the 4th best squad in the league, and we're probably going to finish 4th. We're not underperforming. We're not overperforming. We've had some bad luck this year as well with injuries and things. Loads of ACLs, just really bad. Broken legs, the lot. So yeah, I think we can kind of tolerate 4th this year. Next year, I think we'll change the squad again. Another third will be changed. Oh, whoa! Yo, Morris! Aidan Morris, Kyle Larin's just having words. Don't pick a fight with him. The ball boy, I think, was holding on to the ball, and Aidan Morris went over to try and drag it back. It was a little bit of an Eden Hazard at Swansea moment there for a moment. Very nearly. Here, watch this. Target comes over to try and get the ball. The ball boy doesn't want to give it. Aidan Morris then goes over and tries to snatch the ball. And the Southampton players are not best pleased. Not best pleased. He was very, very smug, that ball boy then, wasn't he? They're usually like academy players, aren't they, the young lads around the pitch? Or at least that's what they are with Liverpool. Claim for a penalty, no chance. Ref's not having that, and it's a free kick to Southampton in the box. Use the 688. Any scores, Key? It's 1-1, mate, and we are 10 minutes away or so from a possible extra time and penalty shootout. Yes, Target from Villa. Matt Target from Villa. And was at Newcastle briefly as well, wasn't he, I think? Yeah, sorry, Jerome, you said, what do you see for Liverpool long term? I mean, long term, I think our goal is to get back challenging for the title, but I don't think that happens next year, because you can't keep changing a third of the squad and realistically compete. You need to keep some semblance of normality, and we just haven't really got that. And we haven't got the squad to compete with Arsenal or City over a season, so I think we'll probably finish about third. If we can get third and have a good cup run next year, I'll be content with that, and we go into maybe keep things together and aim for the title run in 2 years' time. And title winners Arsenal. Yeah, I've been Arsenal since about Christmas. No, that's not true. I was City about Christmas. I was Arsenal a couple of months back. But yeah, City have kind of thrown it away, haven't they? Commentator saying the ball boy needs removed. Jobsworth. Oh, it's just disgusting. The Smoggies, yes. Boy's being shit houses as usual. Ball boy, he was a grown man. Oh. He looks like a muscular John Travolta in a Broken Arrow film. Never seen it. I'll take that though. Jerome, thank you very much. Arsenal for the league. Also, who are Liverpool going to target in the transfer window? Who aren't we going to target? We need about 6 or 7 players. User 688, Xabi to Chelsea. Thoughts, Key? Happy with it? Yeah, I don't want him anywhere near Liverpool. Good luck to him. Good luck to him getting on board the Chelsea merry-go-round. He'll be out of a job in 12 months. Ineos have promised us we'll win the league by 2028, Key. That's a bold prediction. With Carrick in charge. Choo Choo, who do you think will win? Who do you think will race next season? Probably again Arsenal and City. Keys Travolta and Look Who's Talking. That's a bit more like it. Love that film. Right, Ross Stewart is going off. Kyle Larin is coming on. And Cienza finally departs. He's been injured since about the 45th, 46th minute, hasn't he? He came back out after half-time. I don't know why they've kept him on so long. And it's Sam Edozie coming on, ex-City player. Edozie and Kyle Larin. Canadian Kyle Larin coming on to make put a bit of a shift in. Make a target for himself against, he's gone and stood on Melander, hasn't he? That's terrible from Southampton. Straight from the throw, he put it out. And now Borough get the ball back. If we get a late goal here, that's it. Then there's no turning it around. A goal at this point for either side, and it's done with. Ayling, never a foul. Well done. Like to see the referee letting these things go. This is what we want. Andy Madley's had a good game tonight, I think. Called it in the first half. We need to start calling it out when referees have good games. That is a foul. Yeah, good decision, that referee. User 688, so you don't want to see Xabi at Liverpool. No, not at all. Yeah, Finn Azar's cuts inside there and just chopped down really by McGree, the goal scorer for Borough. Gamer Guru says, I don't think so. Xabi will be a top manager with backing. Newcastle should have said goodbye to Howe and took him on, in my opinion. Oh, you're on about Xavi as in from Barcelona, Xavi. We're on about Xabi Alonso. Lewis, you'd rather keep Slot over Xabi. That's crazy, Key. Why is it crazy? Slot's beat Xabi Alonso 3 times as Liverpool manager. Xabi Alonso couldn't beat him with a much better Real Madrid side. He lost the Real Madrid dressing room as soon as he got there. He had a good season at Bayer Leverkusen. So what? Slot had a great season at Liverpool. Pissed the league. Exceeded all expectations last year. LJ, Luke Kenyon, mate, is an Everton fan from outside the British Isles. I feel sorry for you. Sorry. We had a Blackburn fan in. Sorry, Luke. Yeah, I'd like to see Blackburn back up in the Prem before long. Jaco Nort says 2-1 to Middlesbrough is my prediction. Well, we've got 3.5 minutes of normal time left to go. It's 1-1 on the night, 1-1 on aggregate. A goal now for either side basically secures Wembley. It's been a feisty and fiery game with Spygate looming large. Both managers have had a pop at each other as well during the game. The referee's had to keep his cards in his pocket. I think if he'd have been a bit more feisty himself, we might have seen some red cards in this one. Jaco says, I'm a Sheffield Wednesday fan. Commiserations. Very difficult year for Sheffield Wednesday, but I'm made up that you got to 0 points and you don't have to deal with the points deduction next year. I think that was important, but great for Wednesday, and they've got a future now to build on next year in League One. Good defending from Ayling. It's going to be a goal kick for Borough. Gamer Guru, I'm on about Alonso. That Real Madrid squad is cursed. The dressing room was gone before he got there. I mean, it can't be that. Listen, the egos in that Madrid dressing room, they're not uncontrollable. They are controllable by the right person. We've seen big egos in there, none bigger than Cristiano Ronaldo and Ancelotti and Zidane and Mourinho has managed massive personalities at that club before. Xabi Alonso's been at that club when those people have been in charge. He should know better than anyone how to deal with personalities like that, and he took the job on that basis. I'm sure he didn't think the dressing room was going to be an easy place to manage when he took the job. And he failed. That was the gig, and he failed. Spectacularly. Lewis, hopefully you give Slot a lifetime contract then, Kate. Maybe not a lifetime contract, but I want us to keep him for next year at the very, very least. Cheers, Jacob. Thank you for the sub, mate. Really appreciate that. Very kind. Good to see you in the chat. Yeah, stick around. We're live every day. This is what we do. If you're new to the channel, this is what we do every day. We watch more games than any other watch-along channel. Watch games together every single day. And there's fans from all clubs in the chat. So you're not gonna get an echo chamber. You're not gonna get one of them places where it's shouting you down or making you fit. No, there's none of that. We can all share our opinions and we have a bit of banter. We have a bit of back and forth. You can take the piss out of me. I have no problem with it. Take the mick out of me all day, every day. I might even give you a little bit back if you're nice. Truth Over Lies says there's 3 teams I've never seen in the Prem who I'd love to see in the Prem. Millwall, Preston and Bristol City. Yeah, Ashton Gate would be a great ground in the Prem. I want to get more. There's a north-south divide in the UK. If you're not from the UK, there is a north-south divide. And I'm a proud northerner. And I want to see more northern sides back in the Prem. I'd like to see Blackburn back in. I'd like to see Bolton back in. I'd like to see Wigan back in. I'd love it if Tranmere were able to get up. Or Stockport, or someone like that. Get them in. He took the job on a technicality. Rob says, get more teams up north. That's it. Absolutely. Oh, Southampton, big chance this. They've got 3 on 2. 3 on 2. Kyle Larin, chance. Good save. Oh, big save. That one from Bryn. 4.5 minutes left, and that was the chance. That might have been the chance right there. Borough get it up the pitch. 4.5 minutes left. Southampton pressing. I think if there's gonna be a goal, it's gonna be the home side. Night Shell, take it easy. See you soon, lovely. Lovely to chat. Garov says it'd be icing on the cake if Arsenal bottle the league somehow and Spurs get relegated. I don't think either of them things are going to happen. No, I think Arsenal have got the league and I think Spurs are going to stay up. Jerome, let's take a moment for Valverde and his traumatic brain injury. Yeah, mad what happened there. Referee says no. Kyle Larin and Fry just having a little collision there on the edge of the box. Was it in the box? Oh, I tell you what. I think if VAR was at play tonight, that's a pen. That is a pen. That is a penalty. Kyle Larin gets to that first and Fry, he clatters into him. That's a penalty. That is madness. Yeah, that's a pen for me. It's not a penalty, but it is. I would say that's a pen. But then again, you could also argue that Southampton got away with one in the first half, didn't they? Yeah, Matsuki should have given away a penalty in the first half when he kicked through Strelec. So, swings and roundabouts maybe, that one, because Southampton have luckily avoided a penalty in the first half. Now Borough avoid one in added time. I thought that was a pen as well, Marilyn. Yeah, pen all day. I thought that was. Thought it was a pen. Kyle Larin got to the ball first, and Dale Fry just swinging a leg, a lazy leg. Ryan, I gather you'll be doing the World Cup streams. I am, mate. Yes, 81 streams I'm doing, so I'm getting up early. I'm earlier and earlier and earlier. I'm going to be live every single day in the World Cup. 81 games across 81 streams across 39 days. So I'm live for not even pretty much. I'm live for every single game. Every game. Even Egypt against Iran, which kicks off at 4 a.m. here in the UK. I will be live for it. Jerome, thoughts on the Raya foul? I don't think it should have been ruled out. No, I don't think it should have been ruled out. I think there was too much going on in that area for you to give that as a foul. I think it was incredibly soft, and Arsenal were incredibly lucky to get away with it. Yeah, as they've got away with very similar things this season as well. So I think there was too much going on. I think you could potentially rule the goal out, but I think if you were to rule it out, you'd have to give a penalty. There was two very clear fouls where the players weren't even trying to play the ball. Rice and Trossard were just playing the men. And, yeah, for me, I think I thought it should have just stood. Should have just been a goal. But if you're going to rule it out, you've got to give a pen. Garov says, who's your underdog in the FIFA World Cup? My underdog? Probably Norway. Yeah, quite a few. Norway, maybe Sweden as well. Isak's been called up to the Sweden squad today. Yeah. If Iran are allowed to play by Trump. Come on, Salah. No, apparently Iran I'm sure Trump said now, hasn't he? I think Trump said that they're allowed to play. I think. Could be wrong. LJ says, Ashton Gate is a nice stadium. My father and I are Americans, but because he watches Gallagher Premiership, he loves Ashton Gate. Nice. Finn, as Matty says, for God's sake, stop going down injured. Some of us want to go to bed tonight. Well, there's only 30 seconds of normal time left, and then we're going to be on to extra time. So there's at least another 30, maybe 45 minutes of this one if we have penalties. You might be up till nearly 11 o'clock if you're going to stick with us for this one. Might well be in for the long haul tonight. Oh, that was naughty. It's going to be a free kick. City of North Hill says he said they're welcome, but he didn't say he would. Ah, right, okay. Gaurav, I think Senegal or Colombia might do great, and Japan has to be up there. Japan too, as well. Yeah, Japan have done well as well recently, haven't they? Ryan says Portugal are my dark horses. Very well balanced squad. Vitinha, Neves, centre midfield per. Here we go. Free kick for Southampton. Probably the last chance of normal time. What a ball that is! Oh, unlucky. Excellent defending from Borough. And Southampton managed to get hold of it. Got to put the ball in. Chance. Unlucky. Borough cleared it away. And now Borough on the counter, if they can get the ball right. Here's Whittaker. Terrible from Whittaker, that. Really, really terrible. So poor. Ben says it went to extra time a year ago, the day when Dan Ballard scored for Sunderland and beat Coventry. Oh yeah, remember? Yeah, it was going to extra time, wasn't it? Oh, it did. No, it did. Yeah, we watched that game. We were live for that game. Cheers for the rose. Thank you very much. Joe says, always been something off about that Isak bloke. Massive fraud. Should start up front in the 4-4-2 with Ekatike. LJ, take it easy, mate. See you soon. Long ball forward. Kyle Larin, excellent physical work up there to keep hold of the ball. The referee's playing on a little bit longer. There's not going to be much longer. 97 minutes on the clock. This might be the final chance. I think he's going to blow up after this one. We had 5 minutes of added time. The 7 minutes been played. Nail biting from all those Borough fans. They've got to defend this to get extra time. Ball's got to go into the area, though, Southampton. You've not got long. You're not going to be able to just mess around with it. Referee has another glance at his watch. Long ball over the top. Oh, whoa, whoa. Terrible defending. And it's cleared away. It's going to be out for a throw-in. Oh, lucky boy there. Truth Over Lies says, I'm going Spain to beat Brazil in the final. Germany and Colombia for the semis. Right. Full time, folks. We're going to extra time. We are going. Ecky time is upon us. It's not quite full time. I've got full time up there, but we'll have to restart it. Extra time. We're going through. We're going through to extra time. We'll be here for the next 30 minutes or so. Well, no, that's not true. There's a 15-minute break now, haven't we? Then 30 minutes of extra time. So, yeah, it's going to be 11 o'clock. It's going to be 11 o'clock if we've got penalties. Jerome, going to go to bed. Can't find a place to watch the game. See you, Key and chat. Take it easy, mate. Have a good one. Good chatting to you. Shahid, are you staying for extra time, Key? Of course I am. Of course I am. You know me, mate. I'll stay until the very, very final whistle. Can't do... Imagine what sort of watch-along channel would we be if we just went at this point now with the game poised so delicately. We just went, right, guys, that's it. We're going to wrap up. Come on. Can't do that. Can't do that. You've got to watch the rest of the game. Quiz. Half-time, full-time quiz. Should we do... I mean, we can do this one. I don't know if people will remember it, but we can do it. Here, let me throw this one your way. Can you remember this? The top 22 chocolate brands sold in the UK last year. That might be good fun. We've done this one before. The top 22 chocolate brands sold in UK supermarkets last year. This is Key's job. Why wouldn't he stay? It'd be ridiculous. Adam, Nestle. When I say brands, Nestle doesn't quite get in there. I think Nestle, I'm looking for more. Nestle is like a producer, isn't it? A manufacturer. So that'd be like Cadbury's. I'm more looking for Cadbury's like dairy milk. So there you go. I'll give you number one. Cadbury's Dairy Milk is number one. Creed's got Galaxy. Galaxy's number two. Mars. Mars is 12th. Euro's 5th. Snickers. Snickers is 6th. Ferrero Rocher is 7th. I've never had one of them. Boost. No, not Boost. There's no Boost. We might need one. Fries for the niche one. Fries, I think, is in there, isn't it? No, Fries isn't in there. But my mum likes Fries. Chocolate creams. Cadbury's Twirl. Twix. Bourneville. Twix is 8th. Bourneville, no. Twirl, was someone saying. There's no Twirl. No, not Twirl. Flake, Milky Way. Flake is not there. Milky Way is also not there. Kinder Bueno and Toffee Crisp. Toffee Crisp isn't there, but Kinder is 13th. Did you know you can't melt a flake? You can't melt a flake? That's outrageous. Snickers, Mars Bar, Twix, Cadbury, Maltesers. Maltesers is 4th. Good shout, Truth Over Lies. Curly Whirly. I love a Curly Whirly, but no, not Curly Whirly. Twix, Bounty. No, Bounty isn't there. Kit Kat. Yes, Kit Kat is right. Good shout. Kit Kat's 3rd. Ryan says Crunchy. Chimey says Smarties. Crunchy is not there. Smarties is not there. No. Whisper, did someone say? Whisper's 9th. Good shout, Jellyfish. Well done. Correct. Even a blowtorch won't melt it. Fudge. Oh, blimey, we've kicked off quicker than I thought. We've got ages left of the quiz. Rolos. Boost, not Rolos. Twirl we've already had. Right, let me sort the pissing quiz, the scoreboard out. Hang on. Fredo, bizarrely, Fredo's not there. Fredo's with 10p in my day. Quid now. Not a Lion Bar. Oh, sorry, Lion Bar, yes. Lion Bar's 16th. Good shout. Lion Bar, good shout, Phil. Ben, I'm watching this in Cyprus with a massive Borough fan on the pints. Like, good lad. Whereabouts in Cyprus are you? Yorkie, Crunchy, Maltesers. Yorkie's 19th. Not Milky Way crispy rolls, not Star Bar. No. Do you know what? I'm just gonna tell him you. Because we've kicked off for the second half, and I don't want to give it away. I don't want to avoid a goal by being focused on a frigging quiz in such an important game. So 22 was Hershey's. 21st is Thornton's chocolate. 20 is Green and Blacks. 19 is Yorkie. 18 is Choco Lonely. 17 is Milka. 16 Lion Bar. 15 Milky Bar. 14 is Toblerone. 13 Kinder. 12 Mars. 11 is Lindt. 10 is M&M. 9 is Whisper. 8 is Twix. 7 Ferrero Rocher. 6 Snickers. 5 Euro. 4 Maltesers. 3 Kit Kats. 2 Galaxy. 1 Dairy Milk. There you go. That's full-time quiz. We're not doing another one of them in between extra time and penalties if we get there. Pegea, just outside Paphos. Lovely. Enjoy, mate. Beautiful. I don't know what any Cypriot lager is, but enjoy it. Whatever you're having. Am I the only one who eats like 4 or 5 Rolos at a time? I genuinely don't think I've had a pack of Rolos in ages. Hey, here's a question. Given we were talking about confectionery and toffees in general, does anyone remember Toffos? And where the hell have they gone? Toffos were beautiful. What a player Twix was like. Remember that screamer against Mars Bar FC. Foul, yeah, foul for Southampton. Free kick. Easy that for the keeper. Too easy for Brent. Creed says Paphos is 10 out of 10 quality. I've never been. Can't say I've ever been Cyprus. Toffos were elite. Toffos incredible. Munchies. Never had a munchie. No. Never had munchies. As in a pack of munchies, not the munchies. Keepers out. Southampton knocking it around the back. Middlesbrough looking tired, I've got to say. I think that's maybe what's happened. I don't know if maybe it's a deliberate thing from Kim Hellberg, that, you know, them standing off. But they do look a little bit leggy, don't they, Borough? They lack Hayden Hackney buzzing around in midfield. They lack that sort of just legs, yeah, energy. 70% possession for Southampton. And when you've got so little possession, 70-30% in Southampton's favour, when you've got such little possession, you're chasing the ball constantly, aren't you? You never ever got the ball. It can be quite demoralising and really does take it out of you if you've got to just chase shadows all game. So I think Borough will be best advised to just try and keep hold of possession for a little bit. They keep putting the ball in. Just keep pinging the ball in the box. Just keep hold of it for a minute. Have a little 2-3 minute spell where you just keep hold of it. Keep it simple. Surprised After 8 weren't in there, or Matchmakers, and User 688 Munchies were boss. Felt like you was loaded in school with a packet of Munchies. Wagon Wheels, Tea Cakes, Key's favourite to Bounties and Bourneville. Never had either. Truth Over Lies says, I tell you what I never see in shops now, refreshers. Can't find them for love nor money. My father-in-law has love hearts for indigestion. I remember it because, you know, some people have like Rennies. I remember seeing a pack of love hearts on the side. I was like, what the pissing hell are these? Who's got these? And the wife was like, oh, it's me dad. He's he's got them for indigestion. Love hearts. Instead of chonking on some Rennies, he's decking a IDST. Me for you. If you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, join the club. Is right. Borough playing the ball out from the back. And they're doing kind of what we were just saying a few minutes ago, just keeping hold of it, keeping it simple, playing it very safe. Rob says, old wives' tale, love that, that's brilliant. Oh, Viscounts, never had Viscounts. My dad doesn't mind a Viscount. Mint Viscount. Hobnobs. I'm supporting Scotland in the World Cup just for that song. What a legend that guy is. And Jordan says, I miss topics. What were topics? Were they nuts? Did they have nuts in? I don't think I've never had a topic. Simon, hello. Middlesbrough to win. Palmos for all. Another thing I've heard great things about, Palmos, but I've never actually had them. Jimmy, Hull, Saints or Borough going up, Key. At this moment in time, I've got a horrible feeling that it's going to be Borough. Yeah. I just feel like tonight, Southampton have maybe been the better side second half. Middlesbrough starting to tire. And usually when it gets to this point in the game, you see teams just kind of... Just kind of drop 10 yards and sort of settle into it's going to be penalties. And I'm not sure Borough will really... It feels like they're kind of just on the ropes and they're just kind of taking the punches at the minute, but protecting themselves, protecting their energy and going for penalties at the minute. Still very early in extra time, but they just look so leggy. I could be wrong. If you're a Middlesbrough fan, I'd be intrigued to see what you're thinking. But when I'm watching this as a neutral, I guess, here, Borough just looks so tired. They look like they really miss Hayden Hackney. Ben says, Borough haven't done anything since the first 20 minutes. Ball back to Bryn, and he pumps it up the pitch. Use a 688 hazelnut in them topics. Fair enough. Stand corrected. Ham and peas pudding stotty. When you say peas, why are you saying peas, P-E-A-S-E? Is that not peas as in like mushy peas? Topics were delish, but far too small. Turkish Delights, another one that many people seem to sleep on. I remember chocolate cigarettes. Oh yeah, do you remember them? In school. Got any L&B, mate? No, I've got some chocolate cigs though, if you want them. Jimmy says, Borough boy myself, don't play the most exciting football, but get the job done most of the time anyways. Kim Hellberg's had a great, since he's come in for Rob Edwards, he's done really well, hasn't he? It's different. What's peas then? What's peas? What's P-A-S-E? Sis says, who are you thinking is most likely to stay up if they get promoted? Depends on how much they spend. And I think it does just boil down to that, genuinely. It doesn't matter what their team is now. It's how much they spend when they come up. I think if you spend anything less than 100 million, you're going down. If you spend 150, you might get mid-table. Burnley and Leeds both spent around 100 million, and they're both they've wrestled with relegation for most of the season. Sunderland spent 150. That's why they are where they are. Graham, does anyone remember Spanish Gold? Here we go. Corner for Southampton. Flicked on. Far post. Oh, it's a claim for another corner, and they've got it. It was Wood. Nathan Wood at the front post. Flicked it on. And must have got a nick off a Borough player because it's gone out for another corner on the opposite side, the far side. Aztec bars. G-Farm, how's it going, lad? Chance, Southampton, scrappy, one in the area there, gotta hit it. Strike, big save, must be. Oh my God, so lucky. Oh, Middlesbrough riding the luck there. It took a bit of a deflection, but it was a big save from Bryn, and he pushes it out. And I think it was Kyle Larin. Was it Kyle Larin who just had the chance to knock it back in? I don't know if it was Larin or maybe it was Azaz. Let's see. As the ball comes back, it's Manning. Manning plays it out. Edozie it is with the strike. Oh, and it's Harwood Bellis. Edozie has the strike, takes a bit of a nick. Great save from Bryn, and Harwood Bellis is there. And you see the Southampton fans look to the heavens like, come on. He just fresh air kicks it there. Isn't peas pudding a raisin and sweet pudding? It might be. Joe, I really don't want another derby. Time tease. Get the old time tease derby going. Jimmy, if we didn't lose Azaz, we would have got the autos. Had a decent season, has he? Good player, Azaz. Fans have got their head in their hands. Southampton really starting to dominate now. I mean, they've basically been in charge of the game since they equalised. I think Southampton might look back and say they should have had a penalty in the first couple of minutes, but they scored shortly after that. Southampton might say, well, they were a little bit unlucky that they didn't get a penalty in injury time. Kyle Larin getting swiped by Dale Fry. Borough in general might say that they're really hard done by in the fact that Southampton have been watching their training sessions and spying on them all week. Oh, great play. Southampton got to get the ball in. And it's out, I think, for a goal kick, is it? No. Stayed in. Andy Madley surprised with that one. It looked like it went out. Southampton out to the far side. Good defending. Really good defending that from Borough. They give it away again. They can't keep hold of it, Borough. They can't keep hold of it. It's just relentless, this from Southampton. Relentless pressure. Wonderful ball in. Chance. Great block again by Malander. Important block. And they come back again, Southampton. Just never ending. They've got to get some sort of a rest here. It's just a torrent, wave after wave of attack. Carl says, who would cope better in the Prem, Southampton or Borough? Southampton probably have the framework, I guess, the more recent framework of being a Premier League side. They may invest a little bit more than Borough. Borough, last time they went up to the Prem, they didn't invest very much. And it was to their cost, basically. They ended up going down, I think, having spent about 20-25 million quid, something like that. It was nowhere near enough. And they went down with a whimper. Bryce, time to relax and watch some extra time. Good lad. Now your garden's done, you can watch it, can't you? Joe, that game against the Mackhams was my first live derby I've been to, and God, it was the most awful feeling at a match I've ever felt. Worse than the United game at Wembley. The walk back was horrible. I mean, both derbies this year weren't good for Newcastle, were they? Oracle says, what a Borough holding on to? Maybe pens. Yeah, I mean, that was the case. I said that before the full-time whistle. It looked like Borough were just holding in and holding on for dear life. Southampton, if you're Southampton here, if you're on Tonda Eckert, you're probably saying, we need to get this done in extra time, lads. We don't want it to go to the lottery of penalties. We don't want that. We need to get it done now. Let's kill the game off. Let's go and put everything we've got into the next 15 minutes and get that goal, because they have got Middlesbrough penned into their own area. It's only ending one way, this. It's either a Southampton win in normal time or a Borough win on penalties. I'm calling it now. If it gets to penalties, Borough are winning it. I'd be astonished. It nearly always ends that way. Whoever was in charge in the 90 minutes, it's them who doesn't end up winning it. It's penalties always go to the kind of the side who haven't necessarily been in charge in the game. Graham says another old chocolate was Golden Cup. Golden Cup. Can't say I know that one. Oh, there you go. Madhouse knows Golden Cup. There you go. There's some more. There's some more relics in the chat. It's not just Madhouse, it's Graham as well. So we've got 2 relics in the chat. Connor says, I think whoever goes through tonight, Hull will beat them, in my opinion. I don't know, you know. I wouldn't fancy Hull against either of these, genuinely. I think whoever wins tonight might end up going up and being the Prem side. I'd quite like Hull. My preference is that it's Hull that comes up. But yeah, I really think it's going to be a butter on penalties at this moment in time. Right, let me change the timer while the players change ends. Very nervy. Jimmy says the Borough boys are massive. Tell you we're winning the Prem in the first season. It's been a great game, this, to be fair, says Oracle. It has, yeah. Listen, fascinating. As they always are, the Championship games, the playoffs, the playoff finals, not just in the Championship. I'm really looking forward to Thursday night. League One playoff, Bradford against Bolton at Valley Parade. Should be a really, really good game, that one. Both teams have been excellent and lots of goals. It was 1-0 from the first leg, but they've got lots of attacking talent, both teams. The young lad Dewberry at Bolton's a real talent. He's one to watch out for. So yeah, we'll be watching that on Thursday. And now Middlesbrough bringing on an attacking change. Sami Ento's coming on. Is Morris going off for him? Is it Morris going off? I think it is. Is it? No. I think Morris might be staying on. It is, yeah. Morris is staying on. Sami Ento's coming on. Maybe Whittaker, I would imagine. Is it Whittaker coming off? No, it's McGree. McGree comes off. Sami Ento comes on. There you go. Riley McGree off. Jeremy Sami Ento on. Too close to call. Both teams very nervous, says Shahid. Finners Matty says the 2 times Hull have got to the playoff final, they've won both 1-0. Yeah, wasn't that the time? Wasn't Windass? Was Windass in the team when they won last time? Windass scored the goal, didn't he? I'm sure he did. Don't want to see Ollie McBurney back in the Prem, says Hiller. Ollie McBurney. I'm surprised he left Spain, to be honest. He was doing really well at Las Palmas, wasn't he? He was kind of enjoying life in the sun in Gran Canaria, Las Palmas. I know they got relegated, but Shea Charles is down with a claim for a handball. Is it a handball? Oh no, it's an elbow. He's claimed that he's got an elbow off Castledown. Jimmy, at least save it until Arsenal play. This is Butters, mate. Oh, mate, they can't. They're always having a whinge. They're always having a whinge. They're soft as anything, them Arsenal fans. Did you ever go at my team? Yeah, I did. And what of it? Windass walloped it in 2008. North End says, come on, Bradford, get up, mush. Sis says the Hammers have Newcastle away and Leeds home, and Spurs having Everton and Chelsea. Who's going down? Ooh, you can't. I think it's going to depend on whether the Hammers can get a win against Newcastle. Southampton, ball forward, Borough head it away. Did you hear the Windass Robbie Savage story? No, go on, what's the Windass Robbie Savage story? I've heard a few Robbie Savage stories. The one where... Oh, it might have been. Sorry, yes, the one where it's his mum and dad at the bar. Is it that one? Is it the one with his mum and dad at the bar? I have heard that one. Yes. Ryan says, oh, did you have a go at the Arsenal? No, mate, I didn't have a go at the Arsenal. I just didn't want you to win the league. That's all it was. I don't want you to win the league. You will win the league, but I don't want you to win it. But it's not having a go at the Arsenal. Not really. They just have a little whinge. They have a little cry. Connor says the real question is, whoever does get promoted out of these lot, do they stay up? again, comes back to investment. I genuinely believe that's the most important thing. If they get investment and they get, 100, 150 million quid spent, then yeah, they might well stay up. Obviously, it depends how well they spend it and, what players they buy. Ipswich spent a fortune, didn't they? They didn't necessarily stay up, but they went and signed players from the Championship. Ipswich's approach when they got promoted to the Prem was kind of like, right, let's go and sign all the best players from the Championship. Jacob Greaves from Hull. They went and signed, what's his name? What's his name? The fella who's at Derby now. It's going to do me head in. That is going to do me head in. Anyway, Ipswich went and signed him, and they went and signed a load of Championship players. I think in the theory of, well, listen, if we go back down, we've already got a ready-made Championship side that'll come straight back up, and they did. With broadly the same side. Ryan says, I think it's a stigma of bottling it if we win it this season. I think that opinion from rival fans goes. It's not just that. I mean, listen, the bottling sense, the bottling thing is still there, but it's not just the bottling. It's also a little bit of there's just the style of football. That's my only gripe. That's genuinely my only gripe with Arsenal. I really like Arsenal as a football club. I just hate them. They're so boring. I hate how boring they are. And they've got so many good players, but they're so boring. And if you're going to win the title, I really want you to play good, just play some decent, not even great football. I'm not asking them to play like Brazil of the 70s. Just take some chances, take some risks. Ping some in from distance, play some fast attacking football from once in a while. It just doesn't really happen. Smodix, that was him. Sammy Smodix, yes, and Jack Clark, both of them. Sammy Smodix was the one I was going for. Jimmy says, nothing against Arsenal players, they're brilliant, it's just the style of play is so unbearable. Hey, at least we're on the same page, Jimmy. We're on the same page. Harry, still 1-1, extra time. Yeah, well, it's 1-1, there's 10 minutes of normal time left to go. 10 of normal time, then we got penalties. Posh, hey, I'm from the States. I'm going to go to Selhurst Park, but I've bought a resale ticket. Do you think I'll have trouble? I honestly couldn't tell you, mate. I've never been to Selhurst Park to know how their ticketing system works. So I couldn't tell you. Connor says, thing is, we played decent football in previous years and always got labelled as bottle jobs, so we can't have it all. Philogene as well, yeah, Philogene was. Bluey says, I'll delete my entire social media if Arsenal win any trophy for my mental health. Some of their takes are horrible. Well, hey, listen, first off, mate, I would say do whatever you need to do to protect your mental health. That's the most important thing, but don't let them get to you. Don't let it get to you. It's only football. It's only football. At the end of the day, there's more important things in life, despite what our legend at Liverpool said, Bill Shankly. There's it's not a matter of life and death. It can ruin your weekend, but don't let it. Far more important things going on in life. But I do love football, don't get me wrong. I love it. I love it so much. I watch it every single day. And I'll watch anyone. And I love it. I really enjoy it. And more than that, I love talking to you fine people. But please don't let it affect you to that extent, if you at all can. Liquid Laser says, we played pure football. Everyone's big, negative, bully tactics. We started doing the same. I disagree. Custard creams or bourbons? Custard creams. Again, I'm not really a fan of either. Mr. Al-Shamari says 97% of Arsenal fans are so unbearable, the rest are alright. No, I wouldn't agree with that. I would say it's more like maybe 97% are alright and 3% are unbearable. I'd say it's the opposite. I would not even say alright. We've got some really, really lovely Arsenal fans who come in regularly. I like a lot of Arsenal fans. Speak to a lot of Arsenal fans in the chat. No problem with them. But yeah, you get the odd knobhead, and that's the same with all football clubs, isn't it? Liverpool, some would say I'm a knobhead. Liverpool fans, plenty of knobhead Liverpool fans. Plenty, same with United, same with Arsenal, same with Chelsea, same with Tottenham, same with... it is what it is. People. If you pick 100 people in the street, chances are 5% are probably knobheads. Bluey says, love football so much, I sat through 90 minutes of a 0-0, which I waited 8 whole days for. 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 Middlesbrough. Far post. Good claim, that. Mercury, if we don't, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me either. Oh, sorry. Joe says, Key, I think anyone's mental health would be affected if you watch Newcastle in the second half, protecting a lead. And Shahid says, we all appreciate you doing the watch-alongs, Key, thank you. I mean, it's not a service. I do generally, I would be watching the game anyway, but I enjoy chatting to you. I like chatting to you. I enjoy watching the games and having a chinwag with people who enjoy watching games as well. They were as sad as me. I'm not saying you're sad, but that's what my wife calls me anyway for watching games that have nothing to do with Liverpool. You're a Liverpool fan, why don't you watch Liverpool? Well, yeah, I do, but, you know, it's the playoff semi-finals, love. It's Southampton v Middlesbrough. It's Bolton against Bradford on Thursday. I'm not going to miss that. And plus, she'll sit there and watch friggin', I don't know, whatever it's called. Keeping Up with the Kardashians or Jersey Shore or whatever crap she's watching. Cheers, Jimmy. Ethan, good to see you. Truth Over Lies says, Bourbons all day long. Have them most nights. I like a bourbon. I like a Maker's Mark or something like that. I don't mind that. That's probably the only sort of beveragino that I'll touch. I'm not really into the bevies, the lagers. But, yeah, not bourbon biscuits. Harry, it's all the new gen Arsenal fans weren't here for them Callum Chambers and Mustafi days. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I would say the same. There's a lot of Liverpool fans who are like that. I remember, all the Liverpool fans who've basically grown up watching Klopp's Liverpool and are so entitled now as a result. They've never known the hard times. They've never watched a front three of Lazar Markovic, Milan Jovanovic and David Ngog try and trap a ball. Jellyfish, I eat, sleep, live football. It's my religion. Me too, yeah. Bluey says, to be fair, Keeping Up with the Kardashians is more entertaining than most Arsenal and Atletico games. Yeah, well, I would say the same. Ethan, I love this community. We're all just football and Oliverian. It's a good job you're not a United fan. You'd literally be on one stream a week most of the season. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the whole point of the channel is one game a day as an absolute minimum. So we always have some variety. We do games that all the other channels don't really cover. That's why we ended up watching Rochdale and York City, and what a wonderful game. That was one of the best games we've ever watched. That wasn't really being covered. Southampton, get the ball in. Fabulous. Oh, unlucky. Goes over to the far post. We've got 5 minutes left. Southampton's final chance. No. Connor, Key's wife, Key, when are you celebrating Christmas with the family? Can't love watching the Saudi League. It's not even a joke, is it? Oh, big chance. Oh, Kyle Larin, got to do better there. Oh, big moment that. Big moment that. Jimmy, at least you give credit where credit is due. If it's a good goal, you'll say it. Oh my God, they've done it! They've done it! It's in, it's Shea Charles! Oh, and it's a last-minute heartbreaker. Middlesbrough, they've absolutely flapped it in the last 4 minutes. Oh, Borough, Southampton 2, Middlesbrough 1, 4 minutes left to go. Get the binoculars out, because Spygate just got a whole lot more controversial. Oh, my goodness me. If you thought Spygate was over, it's just gone nuclear. It's just gone nuclear. The cheats have scored, says Tony. Aylin's giving it this. He's saying, come on, lads, let's get back into it. But they've not got long. Oh, Jimmy, I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. It's never nice conceding so late and in such a big game after you've worked hard all season, invested so much. The ball comes out here. Manning has the first strike. And as it comes out, tired legs again from Middlesbrough. They don't really close it down well enough, you've got to say. And as the ball comes in, it's just a fluke, isn't it? It's a fluke. It's just a ball whipped in from nothing, really. Oh, no. And I tell you what, should Dale Fry get something on it? Dale Fry, he's got to get a head on it. Instead, he leaves it. And it goes in off the far post. It's whipped in. And out of nowhere, Southampton 2-1 up. That's it. Adam says the Hodgson days were as painful as those lads just giving birth. Truth over lies. F this, I'm out. Not good. Come on. Stick with it. 2 minutes left plus injury time. Middlesbrough might yet break hearts themselves. There's still time. But yeah, Shea Charles, another former Man City graduate, isn't he? Lots of Man City Academy graduates at Southampton. Edozie, Shea Charles. Who's this coming on now? It's over. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. Edozie, who came on before, is now going off. He's now going off. Southampton, such a green club. What's a green club? Personally, don't like when clubs who were promoted then relegated immediately come back up. Oh, yo-yo, sorry. I was thinking then, a green club. Rob says as if the commentator has just tried to compare that to Dan Ballard's goal. Well, I guess it is in terms of timing, but it's a little bit, it's a bit lucky, isn't it? Southampton have maybe rode their luck in terms of how they've scored, but they have been the better side tonight, I think, over the balance of tonight's 90 minutes. Middlesbrough were the better side in the first leg. They just didn't take the chances. Here's Sarmiento. He's looked lively since coming on. Ball goes back. Middlesbrough haven't got long. How many extra minutes are we going to get, boss? Got to get a chance. Got to get the ball in the box. What the hell was that? Oh, that was terrible from Whittaker. What are you doing? Tried to have a strike there on his weaker foot from 40 yards out. Mate, get him off the pitch for that. Prince Rupert says, look at the Borough manager, Kim Hellberg. Even he knows it's over. Great ball down the left-hand side. Chance here for Borough. Ball pulled back. Edge of the box. Big chance. Got to hit it. Oh, big block. Huge block. Oracle says, how long left do you reckon? There's 5 added minutes. So that means there's 4.5 to go. Free kick for Borough. Hiller says, that's 24 games with only 1 defeat for Southampton. And that was against City. Tonda Eckert. Whatever you want to say about spying, it's working. 24 games, only 1 defeat. Absolutely incredible. Liam says Whittaker so overrated. He's awful. He's good in fits and starts, isn't he, Morgan Whittaker? Just silly that from him there. Really silly. Okay, ball into the box from Borough. They're just throwing everybody forward here now. Headed away. Target. Got to get the ball back in the box. Float it in. Southampton get it away. Strike. Terrible. What was that? Yeah. Silly. Come on. Pour that from Britain. Ethan says, that's me in bed, not feeling the best, but still watching you. Good lad. Well, hey, listen, I hope you're feeling better, mate. And thanks for sticking with us. Jimmy, is Conway on the pitch? No, Conway went off, mate. Conway went off earlier for Brown. Castledine came on for Strelec. Sarmiento for McGree. And Hansen came on for Ayling. About 10 minutes ago. Hey, Egbert, how's it going? Rob says timing Ballard's was last second, 121.59. This one's not even an injury time. All right, fair enough. You know what I mean? It's late. It's late. Yellow card from Madley for Peretz. Daniel Peretz, the Israeli goalkeeper, booked for time wasting. 2.5 minutes of added time to go. This is it. 2.5 minutes left. Big opportunity for Borough. They've just got to get the ball forward. They've not got time. They can't be messing around with it. Sarmiento. There's two players in the box. How are you going to do it with two players in the box? Look at the state of that. Got to get the ball in now, Borough. Far post. Southampton just look at the numbers. The sheer numbers of Southampton in the box. Too easy. Target. What a pass. Sarmiento. Got to hit it. Oh, that was the moment there. Britain. It's going to be a corner. Finn Azaz knocks it behind. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. And the goalie's up. Here's Bryn. The goalie's up. He's going for an Alisson Becker. Go on, lad. Take us to pens. I'm all on board the Middlesbrough Express now. Ball whipped in. Flicked on. And cleared away, actually. It looked like it was flicked on. Sarmiento. And now Southampton, if they get hold of the ball here. Oh, unlucky. The keeper was out of his box. Southampton now. This is it. This is where they can make it count. No. Ball out of play. And that's going to be a free kick. A free kick to Saints. Britain. Terrible. That might just be enough, Seconds ebbing away. LFC Matt says, what a shite way to lose a semi-final. Fully deserved, though. Sad, innit? Very sad. Sad way to lose it. But it is, unfortunately, someone's got to lose it. And Borough tonight just not quite at the races. They've been without their talisman. They've been without Hayden Hackney. Stidu, what's the score? Score is 2-1 Southampton. They've pinched it in the last 10 minutes, basically, here. Final few minutes of extra time. Southampton have nicked a goal. Is he injured? He is, yeah. He's out injured, Hackney. Borough launching the ball forward. Getting dangerously close to that final whistle. Yeah, Hackney's been out since, I think it's about March, isn't it? He's been out for a while. Long ball into the box from Borough. Got to win this one. Massive header at the back from Saints. That's it. Has he blown up? What's the linesman on the pitch for? What's going on? Kyle Larin's been booked here. I don't know why. The linesman ran on the pitch there for a second. I thought he'd blown up. No, it's a free kick. It's been given as a free kick to Borough, and Bryn has gone into the box again. The goalkeeper's up. This is it. Final chance, last chance saloon. If they don't score here, they don't score at all. It's going to be pumped into the box. Every single Middlesbrough player forward. They've got to get the ball in early here. The keeper's come for it. Got to strike it there. This is it. Oh, and it's a shocking effort. And it's behind. Not good enough, that from Hansen. And it's behind. And I think that is going to be that. And it is. There you go. Referee blows up. Shea Charles, the winner. The match winner for Southampton. Shea Charles. Tonda Eckert. Pensive. Not really celebrating anything, Tonda Eckert. I think there's maybe still question marks, isn't there? There's still going to be question marks that loom large over the next few days about whether or not Southampton maybe get expelled from the playoff final. That's still being talked about. There might be a footballing punishment for this whole spygate and everything that's been going on. It's crazy. But it looks like there is going to be a punishment for them. We don't know yet what that is. Leeds got a £200,000 fine for broadly the same thing. Maybe even a worse thing. The fact that they did it with every team. But we've only got evidence of Southampton spying one time. So I guess it remains to be seen whether or not Southampton get a significantly worse punishment than Leeds got, which was 200,000. But there you go. Shea Charles, Southampton, quite rightly delighted. They're going to be in the final against Hull. One of those two will be a Premier League side next year. Hull or Southampton. Again, I guess a Premier League side. We'll be watching that playoff final on the 23rd. I'll be live for that. Right, well, we didn't quite make it to 11 o'clock, chat. We didn't need to get that far because it was decided in extra time. Borough players look really, really disconsolate there. Borough fans, that's a long way to go, isn't it? That is a really, really long away trip now, that, for Borough fans to go back from Southampton at 11 o'clock at night. Probably only going to be getting back at 2, 3 in the morning. It's a long old drive, that one. Maybe even later than that. 2, 3 o'clock's generous, isn't it? Maybe even 3, 4 o'clock. Dale Fry's crying. Dale Fry's in tears here. And so he might be, to be honest. He had a good game today, Fry, but could have given a penalty away. Possibly at fault for the winner. Disappointing. Bit of rock for Borough all season. Right. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you. Before you leave, do us a favour. Leave a like on the video if you've not already. Leave a like on the video. Hit subscribe. Make sure you've followed up here if you've not already. I will be back tomorrow night. Wednesday night. Crystal Palace trip to Manchester City in the Premier League. Big game in the title race. City need to win. Desperately need to win. Right. Lots of love. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night. Take it easy, everyone. Ta-da.